Hi everyone, and welcome to RollBound 2. I am your DM, Chas, and I'm going to go down the list and have everyone introduce themselves, starting with Groove.
Good tidings. I am Groove, and I am bound to the role of Jonathan Oneros Phage.
Alrighty, Allie.
Hello, I'm Allie, and I am bound to the role of Prince Xander.
Alright, Minnow.
Hello, I am Minnow, and I am bound to the role of Vivienne Deshays.
Alright, Joey.
My name is Joey, and I'm bound to the role of Jay Elwood. Forgot his last name for a second.
Alright, Dakota.
Hello everyone, my name is Dakota, and I am bound to the role of Lysel.
And last but never least, Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey, and I am bound to the role of Emiko.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
we just have to break it kneecaps.
Yeah, so where we last left off, you guys were wandering through the marshes of the Shimmering Fen, and in your travels, you guys saw a house, like a little cottage that was walking on goat legs, and a woman peeked her head out of the window and was like yoo-hoo! Silver lining! Hello! And I actually have a reference image for this individual. I don't know if I put it in chat. I don't think I did. So I don't think y'all are close enough to see her just yet. But she looks like this.
Is that a hat she's wearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, she's goopy.
Her hat's
Goopy.
because it looks like one of those
She's hot.
drippy mushrooms.
She is hot. What the fuck? I need to
If she were a Dark Souls
congratulate
character,
them on a job well done.
her weak spot would be the ears
I love
and
her
the
ears.
head.
Yeah, but she is leaning out of a window, just like waving, like doing that like stereotypical like handkerchief wave, like yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo! For what
Uh,
purpose do you inhabit these woods?
Well, I inhabit them to live here, of course. And her house starts moving towards you, but she's like, it's like walking in a way where the window that she's leaning out of is still facing the party.
I scream and start.
If you live here, then Johnny watches, turns back. He waits a second, and then he's going to also turn around and start running.
Oh.
What?
She
Like
like,
away from the house or towards the house?
Away.
she like.
Yeah.
Why are you running?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You realize that
legs!
what the fuck is that?
And then you all hear her lean back into the house and just go, I don't understand. They're running away?
Yeah, from the door, you see Vivienne's head poke out around the side.
Oh,
and she
Johnny does a
says,
complete 180 and is now sprinting towards the house.
Vivienne, charge!
Running.
"Oh, you all took a lot less time to get here than I thought." You see that she is currently not wearing her hat or her jacket or gloves. Looking out,
why are you
seeing
naked?
she's wearing a dress, you fucking weirdo. She's not Donald ducking all the time in just a coat and a hat.
Why are you naked?
Yeah, to be clear, I guess for the audience at home, Vivienne is not naked.
A children without their armor is a naked fighter.
Your
My
hat is
coat,
your armor.
okay. Yeah. She rolls her eyes, which I don't know if I've ever described before, but since her eyes are full of stars, when she rolls them, it kind of looks like if you've ever seen a time lapse of the night sky, how all the stars go flying by. And then she turns around, walks back in, and walks back out with a hat on. Better?
It's not armor, but it will do.
Great.
Vivienne.
Is there like an entrance to this fucking house on legs that we can get to?
Yeah, basically the house like approaches you all, and then you see the legs like start to bend, like when a goat goes to lay down, where it's like bends the front legs first, so the house is like literally tilting, and then scooches the back legs in, and then it loafs on the ground.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna climb up the leg.
Did anyone else think that those house legs were about to spread? Because that was about to scare the shit out of me.
That's a really strange thought, Joey. Joey. We use the nickname too much.
Consume less erotic novels.
I don't read those. I live them.
Yeah, but yeah, she will, of course, let you in. And the inside is very cozy, at least as cozy as a bog cottage can be. It's well maintained, it doesn't stink or anything. She has a lot of plants growing in here. And there's like a lot of lanterns that are both like normally lit, like with just regular ass fire, and then there's like random little like mage lights randomly placed throughout. It's very cozy though. Kind of just smells like tea and vanilla and like cleaned laundry.
Well, now this place is far lovelier than I thought it was going to be.
Johnny is going to take a seat on a nice plush cushion, and he will look to Vivienne. Seemingly far more concerned with the thing on his mind than the house surrounding them.
Yeah, Vivienne's got her gloves back on, and she is currently, I assume anyway, we have tea ready, and she's going to be serving it to everyone. So I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
Xander blinks twice and just asks, Vivienne, if you don't mind asking, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. So, she goes around and is handing out tea to people, and as she does that, she says, okay, so, a few things we have to go over.
First, have you voluntarily and in good conscience contracted with an evil demon?
No. Would you like to hear more?
Does it seem true? No, Johnny believes it. Yeah. He seems relieved by this, and he adjusts his posture, receiving, ready to listen to Vivienne.
Right. So, that is one of the things that I do need to go over. We have an agenda. First, I need to offer gratitude. Then I need to clear up 3 misconceptions. Then I will need to give an apology. Then I will need to clear up a 4th misconceptions. And then after that, I will take questions. Does everyone agree to this agenda?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of your rodeo here.
I've never been to a rodeo. You would think I have, but I haven't. Okay. So, first of all, the gratitude. I want to thank you all for your concern and for getting here so quickly. Mr. Yunich, I want to thank you for leading them, she'll say to Lycophos, assuming that he's still here.
He absolutely is.
Okay, good. And I want to thank you all very much for the concern that you showed in coming out here. Next, I would like to provide a little bit of context because this next part never goes well. So, as Mr. Phage has just so eloquently put, I am possessed by a demon. Just want to get that out there.
His tea.
Yes.
Before it hits the ground, it vaporizes, turns into dust, and then the witch, who has not introduced herself to you yet because she wants you all to get through this first, like catches it in a little jar, puts a little cork on it, and then puts it on a shelf, and then like backs away with her hands crossed in front of her and like nods like, continue.
Oh, that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass later.
I'm sure it'll be fine. She says, yes, when I was well, I guess I don't know exactly when it happened, but as best we can tell, it began to manifest when I was 10 years old, and I was first getting in control of my magic. It was around the time that I was able to first manifest Gale as well. She reaches up and gives Gale on her shoulder a couple scratches. He says, the way that it manifested was that as I was out doing chores, I started to notice a strange, I suppose presence is maybe the best way to say it, where I began to feel like I was being watched at all times. That went on for a few days before I started to hear things and notice things that weren't there, until eventually a voice began speaking in my head entirely, and it couldn't really be ignored much longer. The demon has been with me ever since. My mentor, who is perhaps the most powerful witch that has ever lived, did everything that she could to learn as much as she could about it and try and expel it, and that was not possible. However, it is entirely under control, and that's why I would like to clear up misconception number 1. You are not in any danger whatsoever from me. To be completely clear, I am in control of what has happened. The strange disappearance, I guess we'll call it, she says, looking over to the witch in the room, or I guess Gale would look over to her, was, well, my friend here helping me out and helping all of us out, as I failed to consider something when I came into this plane. She says, like, she's about to, like, she chokes on the word plane because she fucking hates the Aether Spine so much. But the presence of the demon is in no way, shape, or form a danger to you or anyone else because it is powerless, which leads me directly to misconception number 2. The demon does not have any control over me whatsoever. It is not able to make me do anything. It is not able to suggest anything. Most of the time, it is dormant and silent. I take medication, which suppresses the aether that I pick up from the world around me, and in so doing, it prevents the demon from having a place where it can grab hold. When I go too long without taking it, I will start to feel that presence again. I may begin to hear some voices. However, quickly taking the medication quickly gets rid of it. The longest that I've gone without taking the medication was 3 weeks. And that was when I was 10 years old and it first manifested. And even then, although I was suffering from hallucinations and maddening voices in my head, it couldn't make me do anything. And that is because the goal of the demon is to get me to give up and give control to it. And since I am able to suppress it entirely, and I have no desire to give it any sort of control, and would gain nothing from it except for the eradication of my soul, it has absolutely nothing to offer me, and therefore there's nothing for me or for any of you to fear from it. Which does lead me to the third misconception, which is that this is something we have to worry about. We do not. In no way, shape, or form is this going to be an issue for any of you. It is not an issue for me. It is something that I will continue to deal with. The demon will die when I do. It took a gamble on me, and it failed. When I was 10, even then, I had the willpower to stay away from it and to not get into it. And now that I'm older and able to deal with it better, it has no chance whatsoever. Therefore, when I am gone, the demon will be gone. We tried other methods and trying to learn other methods of control and ways to eradicate it entirely. And each one was either impossible or was more dangerous than simply letting it be as it is. This is not complacency, this is efficiency. She is going to look back to... sorry, 1 second. I have to step away for 30 seconds.
Well, which is a 1 to 30?
It's terrible. Over here.
No, this shit's so bad. We're about to hear a chair start moving.
All right, sorry, everyone had to rearrange my furniture real quick. Okay. Don't worry about it, Joey. It's fine. We'll tell you later. when you're older. So
Not the young. I'm not the oldest, but not the youngest.
you're not.
No.
Shit, I lost my train of thought. No, never mind, I got it. So, we did everything in our power to find if there are other ways to eradicate it, and none of them were as effective as simply letting it be, keeping it powerless, letting it struggle against the walls that it cannot and never will break, and then eventually my time will be up, and so will its. This does, however, lead me to the apology that I mentioned I needed to bring up. I have spent the last 11 years of my life dealing with this and have become very efficient and effective at doing so. Fortunately, I didn't consider the fact that when you go to a place that is as fucked up as the Aether Spine, there may be certain things that are attracted to the presence of a demon. Therefore, I was not taking my medication as frequently as I perhaps should have. Normally, I can wait almost a week. Since this has happened, I have determined that I need to start taking it every day, so long as I am in the Aether Spine. When we were sitting in that pool, the demon's presence was growing slowly but steadily, as it does, and group, army, a lot of shadows were descending to see what the fuss was all about. And therefore, my friend here, she gestures over to the witch, pulled me out of there before it could lead us all to ruin. And for my oversight and not considering that and not thinking about that, I sincerely apologize. It was an error on my part that I should have been prepared for. This does, however, lead me directly to misconception number 4, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm apologizing for the wrong thing. And this misconception is that I should have told you beforehand. No, I should not have. There is absolutely nothing that would have been different about this situation if you had known about the demon beforehand. And if you start having accusations of do I trust you or not, I would like to remind you that outside of this room, there are 3 people that know about this. And that is all that I've ever told. And what that comes down to is that when people hear, and she glances at, I think Gail's going to glance over at Johnny, when people hear a witch is possessed by a demon, they tend to think of immediate solutions to perceived issues. And it is not safe for me to go about dealing with it and telling people. And she glances over at Jay this time and says, especially if I cannot be 100% certain that people won't let things slip when they shouldn't.
What are you looking for?
Nothing. Therefore, for the sake of my own safety, I did not bring it up because, again, misconception 1 and 2, no one is in any danger from this. The only person that is in danger is me if this gets out. So again, to reiterate, thank you for your concern and for coming to, well, find me at least. I didn't want to be lost out here. No, you are not in any danger. No, I am not in any danger. No, this is not something that is urgent or that we need to deal with. It will take care of itself. I am sorry that I caused everyone worry with my own carelessness, and I thank you all for respecting my privacy. I would like to open the discussion for questions.
I have one.
Yes, Lady Emika?
Have you ever tried, dying
Yes.
and then coming back? Okay.
Yes, we did try that.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if there's a question that begins with have you tried, the answer is yes.
Sure.
Or at the very least, if we haven't tried it, I should be clear. We have not tried killing me and then resurrecting me, but we do know that it wouldn't work.
I think Xander kind of looks at Vivienne curiously for a second and says, have you ever attempted to draw any sort of power from this demon while letting it, or rather, while not letting it gain influence over you? Like, is there some infernal power that you get from this?
No. It's all or nothing.
I see.
Either I give up and it wins, at which point there will be nothing for me to enjoy, or we continue on as we are.
And you're sure it's evil?
Very. We call it the spirit of disconnect. It is a void demon.
Oh, shit.
We don't know its real name, obviously, or this would be a, well, still an issue, but less of one. But yes, the creature desires above all else to make the universe into nothingness. It believes that it is the only real entity that exists and that everything else is an illusion and seeks to destroy everything apart from itself.
I want to ask.
How?
I don't know if Xander would know enough to ask.
What are you?
Oh wait, no, because we got that book earlier about like demon hierarchies and stuff. So I think Xander will ask. So is this one of the lackeys of the Sons of Treachery, or is this one of the Infernal Princes?
Neither. This is a creature of the void itself, separate from the entities of hell.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that.
Make me a history check, Xander.
I said it and I fucking meant it. 6.
I'm not.
Do you want to give the explanation, and Vivienne? We'll just say that Vivienne tells them all what it is.
Yeah. So basically, the Hells were put in place to protect something much, much worse, which is the Abyss. The Abyss. There are 2 places where a void demon can come from. One is Limbo and one is the Abyss. Though judging by the nature of Vivienne's demon, this is probably a creature born of the Abyss. It is they are all consuming. They just want to make the rest of the world like the Abyss, which is a vast, empty, cold, quote unquote, just void. It's the Abyss. But creatures sometimes find other means of getting out of the Abyss. It's hard to study them, so nobody knows necessarily how they do that, but somehow, some way, they get out. Because at the bottom of the Hells are Malum, the dragon god of evil and wrongdoing and everything, and Lucifer himself, and they are what keep things from leaking out of the Abyss. And they're very, very, very good at it, so when something gets out, it's because of some other type of fuckery.
And to clarify, Vivienne stated that she has no idea how this demon caught her.
That is correct. It just sort of happened one day.
Xander crosses his arms in thought and says, well, I just hope that your particular set of circumstances is not a wider problem.
It's not a non-existent problem, but I will say that I at least have not met anyone else like me, or have heard of anyone else like me. But I know that they exist. Groove, was Johnny going to say something?
You said that an army of shadows was descending upon you. Could you elaborate on this matter?
She looks over at the witch and says, I think my new friend here can probably tell us more about that.
Ah, yes. Hello. My name is Agatha, by the way. And essentially, your friend, Vivienne's demonic presence within her allows for creatures to be drawn to her even through the chaos of the Aether Spine. It may take them a long time to get to her, but extra planar energy like that can still be sensed. Magical signatures that are as potent as one that comes from a person unless by other means suppressed or something from the aether spine itself can still be tracked. Even through the randomness of the aether spine, and I don't particularly like shadows. They like to hang around my swamp a little too much for comfort. And in my patrols, I sensed a very, very, very large concentration of them. I found out where they were going, and I unfortunately had no way of doing a little pop-in and communicating first. I simply did what would be safest, which was relocate your friend and separate her from an area where there was a bunch of aether and life force for them to consume. Because it wasn't just Vivienne that attracted it, it's what gave them the smell, the scent that they hunger so much for, but it was the fact that she was surrounded by delicious, and she says this in quotes, aether for them to consume, life force for them to consume. By separating your friend, all of you, herself included, were brought to safety. Since you were all in a group, I knew that finding her wouldn't be too terribly difficult.
How magnificent. Not only that you are a victim of evil rather than a perpetrator, but also that in some cases you may attract evil to us so that it may be consumed.
Vivienne,
Thank you for the explanation, Vivienne. My mind is at ease.
Vivienne fights the urge to sigh. And Johnny says, glad I could be of use.
Agatha speaks up again and says, I also apologize for scaring you at first. My house is the easiest way to get around, and I don't quite like to leave.
Oh, that's quite.
Yes.
I had heard horror stories from my mother and my father when I was a kid about witches in houses with legs coming to steal children away.
You can say
It's
hi.
always stealing the children.
I'm sure it's a very harmful stereotype, and I apologize, but I didn't know what was going on, so I assumed there was danger.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I'm not mad
A
at you.
child?
Most of the time, you're right. Most. At least, for someone with a descriptor as me. I was forthright with your friends, so I'll be forthright with you all. By all definition, I am a hag. But not willingly. I'm sure if
Are you the sort of hag that enjoys consuming children and baking them in an oven?
No.
Okay.
That was a storybook. I don't think any of them actually do that. I imagine.
Oh no,
fascism are quite-
some do.
Oh,
Yeah, some do.
Some make it even worse than that. I won't get into the details because that would be gross, but no, some do. And those stories...
Is there an oven in this
like-
house? Sorry to interrupt you.
There's a cauldron, not an oven.
I'm just gonna go check the cauldron while she's saying this. Any children in there?
No. It's actually
Okay,
filled
great.
with a very delicious smelling, like, I forgot the fucking squash soup.
Ooh.
You can have
Is it
some
made
if
with-
you want.
delicious and squash.
Is it made with children?
No.
Oh yeah, Johnny's gonna reach his hand in and get a handful.
But
I think you're supposed to be invited to do that before you do it.
No, it's fine.
Delicious.
the whole thing.
Johnny has third degree fucking burns now.
He takes another handful.
Oh my god.
Continue, please.
6th degree burns.
It's like squash all down his like clothes.
Yeah. So, now that you're all here, I promised Vivienne that, and she like looks over at Vivienne and winks at her, that once you all got here, that I would help.
For what purpose do you lend us your aid?
Well, because it's never free and it's fun. That's all.
Then, what do you expect in return?
In typical fashion for someone like myself, I have information that based on the... Actually, Vivienne, did you mention anything about looking for Akios? You did, right? Because you talked to her about...
Yeah, went over her with in depth. But then she said, let's wait for your friends to get here because I'm a weird witch, and Vivienne's just like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, so... she says, I am not good. I am not evil. But I am still a witch, and this is still my home, and I still do not just give out information for free. If you can do something for me, and don't worry, you won't even have to leave my house, I will, for one, help your little friend here, and she boops Lycophos on the nose, break the binds of his master, and give you all an easier access to that fiendish tree somewhere out there in the wilds, causing a bunch of problems. And
There is
oh, go ahead.
no such thing as a creature that is neither good nor evil, but your offer is compelling. And in return?
Yes, I will grant you an easier... she, goes down her list. I'll grant you an easier path, help your little friend. Yeah, that about covers it. Maybe a little sprinkle in a little bit of that, too. And she's, talking to herself, and she goes, oh, and I'll make this not as difficult or scary for you, since your friend here has been a very wonderful guest. So, it's very simple. Normally, in order to get out of this bog, I have adventurers answer 3 riddles, in your case 4. If you get 3 out of the 4 riddles correct, I will lead you to Akios. And also, she looks to Lycophos and says, and how I will break you of your binds to your master is I will become your new patron. And he goes, what?
Xander looks at Lycophos and just gives him kind of a solemn look and says, I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you, but people like you and I are always subservient to someone.
You could do a lot worse. Vivienne will say from the corner.
Agatha waves her hand and says, oh, don't get so down in the dumps. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not even gonna ask you to do anything for me. In fact, after Akios is dead, you can break our pact if you wish. However, that is the only way you'll be able to come into his graces without him utterly destroying you on the spot. I'll even write it into our agreement magically that after this is done, you are free to break the pact with me. Of course, you will lose all of your powers then, but it won't kill you in the process. But that is all I can do for you, is use my powerful, chaotic magics and pact with me instead. And Lycophos will kind of nod and just say, if that's what needs to be done, I will do it. Wonderful. Now, a little bit of background about the riddle so that way I'm being fair. I ask these to the group. You all are allowed to discuss, you are allowed to brainstorm, but the moment you spit out an answer definitely and confidently, I take that as the answer. So
I say everything confidently. This is going to be a terrible decision.
So be wary on your guesses. But that is it.
And if we guess wrong?
Well, the goal is to guess 3 out of 4, right. If you get any more than 1 wrong, I will not help you, and you will be removed from my home, and I will continue on. Normally, and this isn't a threat, it would result in a battle of sorts, but, again, I have been persuaded not to go that route. And again,
What purpose do these riddles serve? You get some strange satisfaction? Is it necessary for the type of magic that you weave?
Both! Every time someone answers a riddle of mine correctly, I get stronger. I don't know how it works. It is a magic that was bestowed upon me from my mentor. And also, it just fills me with delight. And every time someone gets one wrong, I also get stronger, but in a way that's slightly more icky and unsatisfying, and not as fun.
We will endeavor to get them right then.
Of course. So, tell me when you're ready. You can finish your tea, you can have a bowl of soup, you can reconnect for a few minutes.
Is she like sitting at a table or something?
No, she's standing. She's just hanging out by the cauldron, because, like, she's been, like, stirring it. Also making more tea.
I'll try to look around at the party. Does it seem like anybody is not ready to start the riddles?
Xander is staring her down right now.
Do you want to make an
Great.
insight check?
Vivienne's staring back at Xander.
Jay was born not ready for this.
Yeah. Very well. One more gulp of soup. What is the first riddle?
Real quick. Xander, did you want to make an insight check, or you just stare at her down to look for any fuckery?
Xander is scared out of his fucking mind, but the Prince of Petrus never breaks decorum.
Alright. So, she snaps her fingers, and all of the regular candlelight goes dim, and you are left with the kind of, like, a floating, like a fucking Windows screensaver, bouncing lights throughout the room, of different colors that barely illuminate the room. Enough where you can see everything around you, see her and all that, but enough to make the room feel very, very dark. And she'll go, and then the swirls in her eyes start to move and actively spin, and they glow a very bright and, I guess I'll describe it as mischievous green. And before I get started on this, I'm gonna do one more thing.
Throw Dusty out the fucking window.
Just going on Google, list of riddles.
List of
No, they did that before the session.
No, they're doing it right now.
No, I actually wrote these riddles fucking 3 weeks ago. And she goes, first one. This'll be a little easier. I dance upon the silver strands in midnight glades where magic lands. I weave the dreams that mortals seek, yet in the daylight I'm but a peak. What am I?
Can we get this
All
in
right.
chat after we won?
Vivienne holds up a hand and says, everybody, when we had our autumn festivals and other such festivities, we had a game that we liked to play. It was called Jeopardy. And the way that it was played is that to give an answer, you have to phrase it as a question. We're all going to be doing that. Got it? Until we are 100% sure of our answer.
Okay.
And
Understood.
how we're gonna do this is obviously I, as your DM, I'm not gonna make you solve a fucking random ass riddle. So I would
what?
well, I am gonna make you solve it, but like,
God, I hope. I wish.
yeah. Basically, I'm not gonna make it to where you guys definitely lose, I guess is the way I was saying this. So I want everyone to, like, talk, be careful about how you phrase your guesses, and then if you're completely stumped, I'll make y'all roll for it.
Like, I'm gonna be
on.
real with y'all. I, as an ally, am stupid. I'm so bad at riddles, so I apologize in advance. I'm probably going to have very little to contribute here.
Oh, it's the moon.
Where's the Riddler when you need him?
Is it the moon? Johnny says.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna say, could it be the moon?
And that's your guess?
No. That's our Jeopardy answer. Is that what we can
That's
discuss?
our Jeopardy answer.
Okay. So you guys can talk about it?
Yeah. The moon, a figure I have seen oft in our travels. It indeed dances among the clouds, illuminating them. And it is visible primarily at night. It is something that hangs over people as they dream. And during the day, occasionally, sometimes, you still can see that magnificent body, but far fainter than at night.
Well, I'm convinced.
I've never been a person for riddles. In fact, it was the worst thing that I could do. I'm terrible at them.
Jay failed English
Good luck,
class.
everybody. Good luck.
To be honest, I don't know if that actually fits, but I have no other answer for that.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, me.
Do we know, is there like a fantasy place where dreams come from in Kelmra? Is that like an actual thing? Like,
Oh, yeah, are any of
this
these going to
sort
be
of
like
magic?
a fantasy concept we don't know of?
No. I actually made
Okay.
sure to write
Why not?
them where it wasn't going to be something just that you guys would never know and that I would only know. No.
Oh, you forgot about Skirmunkus the Fourth.
No, I did not.
3,000 years ago.
I did not do that.
Honestly, Hope was like the thing that jumped out to me immediately, but I don't know. I suck at riddles as well, so.
I was going to say spiders, but I like the moon better, so let's do it.
Let's think about spiders.
I just thought strands and weave, but the dream and peak thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
All right.
So, like, the issue with hope and spiders is that yet in the daylight, I'm going to peek. It's like,
Yeah,
what would that be?
yeah. Because it's not like spiders disappear in the day. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like moon.
All right.
Moon or
Yeah,
stars.
Johnny
Probably
will
moon.
look to Agatha. This being you speak of, it is that lustrous body, tied inextricably with dreaming and sleep. The moon. The moon.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
She claps her hands and says, "Excellent. That answer is correct." And behind the like black lines swirling in her eyes, another one that you can barely see peeks from behind it, and like a slightly pink swirl starts to swirl behind the darker colored ones. Next one. This one is not as, well, easy. In the realm of darkness where whispers sway, I dance with stars and fade with day. In every tale I find my place, a fleeting shadow, a whispered grace. What am I?
What is a shooting star? Says Vivienne to the group.
What is the moon again?
What is the moon? Yeah, it's just one of those things where all the answers are C, and we're just gonna throw ourselves off.
This isn't the answer. We just don't know what the moon is.
What is the moon? Someone tell me. Realms of Dreams. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going shooting star. She says with a question mark at the end of it.
But how does a shooting star align with the clause of in every tale finding its place?
What do you wish on at the start of a story?
What about the I Dance with Stars? Is it a star that dances with stars?
Yeah, why not?
Could it be hero? Because like it fade with day, it could just be like fading with like time. And every time I find my place, in the realm of dreams where whispers spread, like the dream of becoming a hero.
Ambition, maybe? Like, is it ambition?
Ambition doesn't fade with day, though.
Fade of time.
I mean, if
Hero lives forever.
you go to sleep, it does.
Do you guys want to make a check?
What kind of check?
I would make
Stupid
this.
check.
I would make this a very, very high DC. It would, well, not very, very. It wouldn't be impossible. That kind of gives the inflection that it is impossible. It would be a decently difficult, wisdom check. Just a wisdom check,
Okay.
not an insight check.
Okay.
Just wisdom.
I have +4, so
How does she feel about us helping each other make this check?
I mean, that was not
That's-
in the rules.
Yeah,
so
no,
She's
she has-
told us straight up to collaborate with one another.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has no problem with you using magic.
I'm gonna cast guidance on whoever makes the check.
I mean, my wisdom is not horrible, I think.
what is
Oh,
yours?
there's only one of us making it because I just made it?
I mean, any of you can make it. It just, depends on who breaks the DC.
Sure,
So-
I got a 27.
Holy shit.
27?
Well,
Jesus, how did she get so high?
19
wisdom
plus
checkers.
4 plus 4 guidance.
You can have proficiency in wisdom checks.
No, my
No.
wisdom is a +4.
Wisdom is +4, and then the guidance gives another +4.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright. That will succeed. Vivienne, you kind of think of it, and based on like some of the words and the fact that some of it you feel is like intentionally misleading, after thinking a bit through, you think that the answer could be something akin to like story genres, like mystery.
She got a 27 and you're giving her a hint?
No, I said the answer just in a little.
Oh, the answer is mystery. I was like, what the fuck other
Yeah.
thing could it be except for mystery?
Yeah, that's why
I was
I
like,
said
if
it like that
if
way.
you had said any other genre, I'd be like, oh, it's obviously mystery. Well, you said mystery, so I'm like, well, obviously it can't be
Oh,
fucking
I'm
mystery.
being triple duped right now, dude. Holy.
Oh my god, my fucking
Right.
answer, dude, I hate this.
I think all of our answers were good, but I am going to say mystery with confidence.
Yeah, she claps her hands again, and like behind the like pink swirls, blue swirls start to form, and she goes, "Very good."
If we get the first 3 right, we should just, like, intentionally fuck the last one.
well, what if we get something special if we
The
get all 4?
horse's name is Friday.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Monty Python this shit if we get the first 3 right. You're gonna be halfway through the question and Xander's gonna be like, a duck!
Yeah, I hope the answer to the last one was duck.
All right, she is going to start the next riddle.
I'm so stressed.
We're fine.
In every word I may hide, in every ripple I may glide, a trickster's laugh, a silent jest, I am the secret unexpressed. What am I?
What is a lie?
What is a lie? Yeah. Every shadow I'm in.
Or is it the truth?
Oh, this actually
I-
should be in every word. I have 2 versions of it. I posted my draft.
I was gonna say, I could have sworn you said I heard
I
in
said
every word.
I
That'd be cut out.
posted. I'm silly. I posted my draft. I did not do these all in one go. I like posted multiple versions and then made the one I like the most. I should have deleted
God,
them.
this particular riddle is like just a text version of the 2 doorman
Sorry.
paradox.
What are you doing?
I was gonna put my phone in. I didn't realize yours was in.
Damn it, Mickey. I don't know what just happened.
Sorry.
Just casually breaking my phone more.
Oh, okay. Proceed.
Fuck it. Can I make a check to see what the fuck this one is talking about?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
Insight. What? Why did I say insight? I meant to say
It's not insight.
I don't know. It was a fucking. I got a 7. Xander's just as bad at riddles as I am.
I got 23.
Okay. So a 23 is good enough to get some information. A lie is on the right track, but not quite there. It's more of the way people tell lies.
The fuck does that mean?
Actually, what'd you say, a 23?
Yeah.
Never mind. Hold on. Sorry. I for some reason heard you say not 23. I'm stupid. No, 23 is the DC. People do tell lies, but a lot of the times they whisper them.
Oh.
What?
The answer is
I
whisper.
wouldn't have gotten that.
Oh, yeah, no, I would have never fucking gotten that.
I get it.
I don't.
Makes one of us.
Riddles are stupid.
It's a whisper, confidently.
I fucking hate riddles.
I hate riddles.
This was a shit.
I hate riddles.
Damn. Minnow just out the gate. This riddle was shit.
No, this riddle shit. Not even like, oh, I can't believe I'm not smart enough to get it, because I wasn't. Because I feel like only the person who wrote the damn thing was.
And she goes, very good. Last one. This one might actually be fairly easy. But since you got the first 3 right, what's a little fun one? In the realm where magic once...
That's right, how did I know? Oh my god! I warned you, motherfuckers. I said I was gonna do it.
I do like that she said, like, yeah, it's really unpleasant and really bad for me if you get the answer wrong. And Xander's like,
You know what? After that last one, good. Suffer.
I would like la-di-da-di everybody real quick to make me a perception check. Vivienne, make this at advantage.
Actually, just kidding. That's not a 2, it's 4.
20.
You asked me to roll something at the wrong time. I'm crunching.
Actually, I lied again. It's a 6.
Better than mine.
Oh, yes.
Literally double yours.
Yeah, so Piranha. Emiko, Lysel, and Vivienne, you all see her form flicker for a second when you shout out a purposefully wrong answer. And it looks horrible. Her hair grows, like her hair is very long and turns into bark. Her body is more large and saggy and fucked up. Her facial features are more drooped, making her look like an older woman. Her ears are like rotted at the ends. And her clothes, which now are very form-fitting and nicely fit to her and very nice, are barely clinging on to her person as the monstrous changes to her body stretch them and warp them. But it's for a flash second. You feel like you see it for a split second, then you blink and it's gone.
Apologies, Agatha. Some of my friends are careless.
It's all right. But, just for fun, the answer to the last riddle was Akios the Nightmare. And then she winks. But she waves her hand and all of the candles relight. And her eyes are still like glowing and spinning. And there's like, you can kind of see like her skin is glowing, like she just did the most fantastic magical skincare routine. And she'll say, very nicely done. So,
This is Xander's eyes are bleeding.
but she says, so
It's true, we technically don't know if Akios is a duck yet.
True.
It makes sense if he's the thing of nightmares.
But she goes into her like little kitchen area and she grabs a jar off of a shelf, and the jar is filled with what look like frog eyes. And
How will we know they are specifically frog eyes?
with how slimy they are and with the type of pupils there are.
Yeah, frog eyes are very distinct.
Yeah, they kind of look exactly like fucking frog eyes.
And she takes one out, and if any of you take it, she'll give one to each of you.
You know what? Sure. I'll take a frog
And
eye.
she says, so these are little gifts to you for getting 3 out of the 4 right. And what these do is they allow you to strengthen an aspect of yourself by just a little bit. Mechanically speaking, if you eat this frog eye, you can bump up one of your stats by 1.
Oh.
Just take you above the cap.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have
think-
anything that can go above the cap, but it was worth that. Oh wait, yeah, I do.
I'm
Can
gonna
we keep it? How long? How long will you do these last?
She tells you that they last until it dries out. So right now they are moist and sticky and gooey. The moment it loses its moist and sticky and gooiness, it won't work anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this and bump up my constitution.
I think Lysol's holding it for a second, doing some mental gymnastics, goes to eat it, then pauses and looks over at Jay and says, would it be unethical to eat this?
He's already eating one.
Oh, all right. Follow suit.
The helmet's like off and his face is morphed and you don't even know when it happened, but he says, oh, well, when in the Aether Spine. That's not a phrase, but...
It is now.
Swallows, shifts back, puts the helmet on.
That was not delicious, but it is certainly makes me feel a little bit more powerful.
When will it dry out?
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of liquid do we have to put in it to keep it from drying out? Just like water?
I mean, if you eat it, then it's done. It's not going to dry out because it's in your body.
What if you just perpetually leave it in your mouth?
Just eat the damn eyes.
It kind of seems worthless right now because it's all it's going to do is put me at an odd number.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then the next time you level up.
It put me to 21 on my strength, so...
How?
Because I have a 20
I guess you
strength.
probably took the SI, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did.
I think Joey takes feats? Nah.
Except
What
for
do you
tough
mean?
feet.
I am notorious for taking a single feat in this game.
Yeah.
I have not done it yet, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna bump up con.
She looks to Emiko and says, remember, there's soup right there, dear, if it's that hard to swallow.
Yeah, I guess Emiko's just going to eat it.
Just slip it up under the mask. So that means you have to drag it against your chin too.
No, the mask opens when she eats.
Oh. I see.
When can we expect this eye to dry out upon consumption?
Oh, once you eat it, the effect is there, but if you choose not to eat it, it will dry out and the magic will fade.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
But when? Like, how long before that happens?
Maybe about a week.
Okay, well,
In-
I mean, I did it already, so nothing for me to worry about, but...
And that's in material realm time. In the Aether Spine, I couldn't tell you. It could dry out the next time you sleep, because time is so weird here.
Yeah, Johnny will slurp up the eyeball. It's delicious.
You.
And then she'll look to Lycophos, and she'll say, stand, my friend. And he will stand up, and then she'll say, now, kneel, respectfully. You are not in any danger. And he kind of like takes a knee, kind of like the way a knight does when they're about to be knighted. And she reaches up to one of her ears, and she has like little like cute little floofies dangling down from her ears. She takes a piece of that fluff and like rips it off, and then like puts it on her fingertip and like pokes Lycophos on the forehead. And this sort of like pink and green energy starts to radiate off his forehead and gives him like these two markings underneath his eye, and also on like the middle of his throat. And she will pull her hand away and go, "It is done." And it seems like in an instant, Lycophos is like sweating profusely, like panting, and he goes, "Oh, what the fuck?" And she just like claps her hands again and goes, "Sorry, but you should be fine now." And he'll nod and just kind of look very like perplexed and a little scared. Not of her though, it looks like just like a realization has set on him. And he just says very quietly to himself, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then he'll sit back down.
While that entire thing is going on, Jay is like over by Lysel, and he like points out the kneel and he says,
Look at that pose. Take notes on this. That is really good. That's a good pose.
Yeah, he did really good. He did a really good job at doing the night.
That's gonna be you one day.
Lysel is absolutely taking notes.
And she smiles and says, "Now, I'm sure that you are all not necessarily ready to charge into a fight just yet. You are absolutely free to stay here for a spell."
Xander, who has heard of the, deceptive literal speech practices of the Aether Spine, looks at her suspiciously and asks, "What spell?"
She like blinks and says, "You know the phrase, doing something for a spell, like for a specific amount of time."
Squints more. "Which spell?"
Wow, Xander, even I've heard of that.
She told you. She gave you the answer. This isn't a riddle.
Xander, please. I know hags. You're fine.
Xander shifts uncomfortably but shuts up.
Thank you, she says, noticing that he has shut up.
I mean, come on. I haven't even asked you your names. I'm polite.
See, alright, I need to clear something up. I thought that they only got your name if they asked for it. I didn't think that if you just said it out loud that they just stole that shit. That doesn't make any sense. What if they don't even want your name? What if your name is stinky to them? What if they don't like it?
Well, that's what I mean. I didn't ask you for your name. Also, it depends on the power of the individual. Some don't even need to ask you anything to steal something from you.
That's way more horrifying than what I thought the answer was going to be.
But, for me, I have to ask. And I didn't. I mean, hells. Even Lycophos could probably do it if he tried. I don't, though. I don't know how. I could. I don't know how, though.
Xander's gonna open up his book and start reading.
Thank you. I think if it is fine with you, we may wish to stay here for a little bit, as my friends had a bit more traveling to do today than I did. So I'm sure they could use the rest.
Well, of course. And, she will, gesture to the cauldron. Of course, I have some soup made for everyone. And also, I have one more gift for you if you'd be willing to take it. It's not as powerful as the other ones, but she, walks to another, because, there's, other rooms in this cottage. She walks into seemingly another room, but when the door opens, you can't see inside of it. And then she comes back out, and she, Vivienne, you know what she's holding. You see a tiny little goat. It is completely black with, red markings, and it has like no pupil, just red sclera. It looks totally infernal. And she says, "This is Philip. He's a forester."
Cute.
Yeah, he is like itty bitty. Like, he looks like a fully grown goat, but he just looks like the size of a small dog, maybe a little bigger than a small dog. And he goes, "Bah!"
Oh, very goat-like.
And she
Is
goes,
the baby house?
"Oh, no, I just like goats." And, but she'll put him on the ground and he'll, like, walk over to the party and just kind of, like, chewing on nothing and just hanging out. And she goes, "He's an infernal goat that got somehow, some way, transported into the Aether Spine, and I found him swimming around in the swamp, all covered in mud and defenseless, and he's very cute."
Are infernal goats evil?
No,
Okay.
like anything, they would have to be taught to be evil. But no, he's just a little foster that I picked up.
Does that mean he can be taught to consume evil?
Sure. Maybe.
Ah. Philip, you are going to become a fine creature, my dear friend.
Bah!
Tell me, what language do you convene in, so that I may learn it as well?
Bah!
What is he saying right now, by the way? Because Vivienne can talk to his goat.
Yeah, he's saying, "I speak infernal, but like the goat version. Why can't you understand me? Hello? The other one can understand me. This is foolishness."
Damn, he is
Hey. Johnny looks at Vivienne.
distinguished.
Vivienne,
Yes,
what
Mr.
language is he speaking? I cannot understand it.
I believe it's a dialect of infernal called goat.
Ah, very well. Johnny's going to ritual cast to comprehend languages and speak infernal open parentheses goat close parentheses.
Yeah, but basically,
Nice.
genuinely, there is a type of infernal that is geared towards talking to, like, infernal, I would say beasts. It only applies to specific ones.
Like beasts of burden, perhaps.
Yeah, lets you talk to certain creatures in the hells that are not humanoids, not quite demons, but infernal creatures. But to just a goat, he's like, "Yeah, I'm speaking goat, the fuck?" But when you cast this, he goes, "Hello? Why can only the small one understand me? This is ridiculous."
Philip, I hear your words. I understand you.
Oh!
Do you understand me?
Yes!
How is it that you understand common and yet can't speak it?
I'm a goat!
Of course. Forgive me, I'm quite unfamiliar with goats.
I understand. I'm also not a normal goat, but I'll have you know,
Wha-
when I am fully grown, when I'm at my full potential, I will be almost as tall as you, and you can ride me into battle and I will vanquish your foes by burning them to a crisp, if you want.
Excellent.
I
But
also
first,
really like apples.
understood. Turns to Agatha. Agatha, may I perhaps inquire about an apple in your fine home?
Yeah, a branch literally grows from her ceiling and like an apple sprouts at the end of it and she plucks it and hands it to you.
Thank you. Now, Philip, just as Lycophos and Agatha did, let us make a pact. I shall grant you unconditional love, care, and loyalty, and in exchange you shall become a great beast, one that shall consume all evil alongside us.
I accept your pledge, tall. He like looks to try like figure something out. He goes,
Sleeping.
We're not sure. It's fine.
You may call me Johnny.
I shall accept your request, tall Johnny.
Yeah, don't give him the apple.
Yeah, and when he takes a bite out of it, genuinely, something happens. These fires trail up your arms, Johnny, and they don't burn. They actually feel kind of relaxing, cooling to the touch even. And you see these fires trail up your arms, leaving little, like, kind of intricate patterned lines. And then they glow like a deep red for a second and then diminish. And you feel like you have genuinely made a pact with this creature.
Yeah, it is a demon, remember?
Yeah, I really thought you were going to say, like, when it goes to bite its apple. I don't know why my brain went here, but I thought you were going to say it goes to bite the apple and its head splits into, like, a Resident Evil dog.
You know, it doesn't, but it does have, like, shark teeth in place of regular goat teeth.
Hell yeah.
Johnny has no reference for what a goat is, so it could have done that and he would have just, like, thought it was normal.
He thinks it's weird other goats don't do that.
Yeah. And Philip will then, like, hop on the little sofa and, like, nestle himself between Johnny and whoever he's sitting next to and be like...
He's so impressionable.
No, he's literally, like, sitting up so politely, like, he's kind of sitting like a cat, but his bottom legs don't do cat things, so they're kind of just sticking out. And he has his front
Johnny
legs in
will
between his legs.
take Philip onto his lap and begin stroking the fine goat. He will say, "Now, Philip, allow me to tell you the way of this world."
Oh, Jesus.
And Johnny's gonna give him an induction on his philosophy.
Yeah, and he eats it all up. And Agatha goes, "Oh, that was surprisingly easy. I'm happy he has a new home."
I'm happy he has a new home too. And you can tell that Johnny's happiness extends past the joy of finding a compatriot in his quest as he strokes the tiny, cute goat. We take a long rest.
Yeah. And after you complete your long rest, you all
Hold
wake
on,
up.
there's something I have to do.
Oh, what's up?
God damn it.
Here we go. Yeah. During the rest, I know we had like a bit of a roleplay set. No, I think we're pretty good on roleplay. I'll save it. Yeah, okay. Johnny thoroughly schools Philip, but does not approach Lysel yet.
Not yet. Oh boy. Yeah. When you all wake up, you kind of are roused from your sleep in a very to the very comforting rocking of the house because it's moving again. And also the smell of cinnamon rolls and ham and eggs fill your nostrils as you all wake up. And Agatha's cauldron has transformed into a combination oven and griddle.
Hell yeah.
And she is currently making everybody omelets with cubed ham and baking cinnamon rolls.
I don't want to be an omelet.
Ugh.
Delightful. I think that the whole time during the period of the long rest, whenever we were awake, and now that breakfast is being made, it's a little early, I think that Vivienne has just been with Agatha the whole time, just chatting up a storm, seemingly happy to have another witch to talk to, and has been around her the whole time. So she wakes up and I think immediately just sits up, puts on the hat, and without, wasting too much time, goes to help.
Now, Philip, tell me, what must we do with evil?
Consume it.
Excellent. You have been trained well. You are now equal to myself.
And
That's it. That's his only philosophy.
And everyone in the room mainly just hears bah, 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 bah. But his like little tail is wagging.
Now, Charlie says, still petting the goat. Miss Agatha,
Yeah.
where will you be bringing us, and what can we expect upon leaving your fine walking home?
I will be bringing you to a point in which the Aether Spine is changing, and when you cross through, you will be met with, maybe not exactly at Akios' location, as that would be unwise, but you'll be close by. You'll be in the same, I don't want to say landmark, because he doesn't reside in a landmark, but you'll be in the same area. And be able to find him quite easily.
Very well.
And, you guys can tell, by the way, that the eggs that she is using are not from chickens.
They're
I'd
from
be more
her.
surprised if they were.
Cause for one, she didn't use multiple eggs, she used one giant egg and is just splitting it up into sections to cook you each individually an omelet.
Giant Barbie egg.
And,
Great. Agatha,
yes?
by what animal have you obtained this fine, great egg? Was it perhaps the house we reside in?
No, these are from, terror birds. They're a giant bird that wanders through the marshes of the Aether Spine. They're called terror birds for a reason. They're fucking terrible, honestly. Sometimes they come up and peck at my house's legs. Rude. They will fight.
If we find a terror bird, we shall slay it post-haste.
I've seen terror birds walk up and try to fight dragons. Not that that is a fight that they can really remotely win, but they'll try. I don't know how the species remains intact. They fight everything.
They sound remarkably like geese.
Yeah, but imagine you make geese like 7 feet tall. The power trip.
I have noticed no difference between these two species.
And, she serves everyone an omelet with cubed ham, and gives everyone a cup of tea. And she says, well, after breakfast, we should be at the location of the shift, and then I will be seeing you off.
Thank you for your hospitality, your timely intervention, and your assistance.
Of course. Now, I would like to say I don't know much about Akios, only that he exists, and part of his, unfortunate story. And, like, Lycophos's head, like, perks up and he goes, story? And she goes, I'll get to that. But do know that those shadows I mentioned, from him is where they originate. They are manifestations of his grief and anger that have consumed others and transformed them into such creatures. So when you make it to him, you will likely be fighting them. Just be careful. I stopped a bunch from swarming you when you were in a place of comfort and rest, but he will utilize them against you. But when you're aware and ready, I'm sure it won't be so terrible. It won't be as in high of concentration, but they will be there. And Akios is very crafty. And he is as crafty as he is angry. But I'm sure you'll do fine. She does continue and say, Akios is originally a creature from the Manubrium. I don't quite know what he was. I wasn't alive at the time, but all I know is that something happened to him and he perished, but in his moment of death, his anger and his desire for, I guess the best way to say is revenge, made his body blossom into a very beautiful but corrupted tree. And that's where all of his Archfey abilities come from. But this will not be as simple as destroying a tree, as I'm sure your friend Lycophos can attest. And he goes, and he like sighs and goes, surely not. And she says, you were wise and compassionate to try and heal Akios so that he may be at rest, but unfortunately, his anger has become so tangible, it's almost like it exists outside of him. But by slaying him, you will be releasing him anyway, so maybe in the end you'll get what you want, which is peace for the one who raised you. And, Lycophos will nod and say, I guess I never thought of it that way. And, she'll, like, clap her hands and just go, well, now that everyone's eaten and gotten their strengths up, we're almost there.
Agatha,
Yes.
I have a favor to ask of you, and I will leave it up to your discretion whether or not you believe this warrants repayment of some kind. We're about to go do something very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
If I fall, I request that you send word to my mother.
She, was not expecting that, so she kind of, like, leans back a little bit and says, very grim, but it is something that I can do.
Would you require something in return for this favor?
No, I would not.
Xander nods solemnly, says, of course I've no intention of perishing, but this is, without doubt, the greatest foe we've faced thus far.
I am sure of it. And, she will actually now look to Lysel, and she will say, because I know, I can smell it on you. When his soul touches your hands, my friend, and she, like, leans forward and whispers, take good care of it. You'll want to.
Lysel's gonna nod. Well, of course.
And, she will nod, and eventually, like, maybe, like, for a few minutes, it's, like, awkwardly quiet, or maybe not awkward at all, maybe there's just small chit-chat, but then eventually you all feel the house stop, and you feel it, lower itself to the ground, and she will say, oh, looks like we're here. I will not be leaving the house with you, but directly in front of my house will be the place where the Aether Spine is starting to shift. I would make haste.
Yep, and we're gonna fucking shadooby.
On the way out, Vivienne will stop to speak with Agatha as they're going out. And she holds out a hand for her.
Yeah. She will take Vivienne's hand and then lean down and like kiss the top of her fingers and be like, "Thank you for being such a marvelous guest."
Vivienne mouth was open to say something, closes her mouth, opens it again, closes it again, says, if you're ever in the material plane, I mean, I'm not easy to find these days, but, you know, you could find me if you wanted to. If you wanted to. You don't have to.
She winks again and says, "I'm sure I'll take you up on that at some point. Maybe you'll give me reason to get over my own fears of leaving my cottage."
Yeah, Viv nods and lingers a second and then leaves.
As we're going out as well, Xander is going to turn to Johnny and place a strong hand on his shoulder and say, "I get the sneaking suspicion that our fortune in this battle is very much dependent on you. So, in an effort to make sure that you don't get yourself ensnared, I grant you this. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability for Bull's Strength on Johnny."
Oh, I thought you were going to give me the hat.
You have advantage on strength ability checks, and your carrying capacity is doubled for an hour or until I lose concentration.
Thank you, Xander. This is merely a stepping stone on our greater quest.
Agreed. Now let's go kick some ass. And Xander grins and hurries in the direction of our quarry.
We're going.
This is a weird ass question, DM. Is the DM here?
Cass?
I have a weird ass answer, maybe. Sorry, I accidentally muted my mic and I was sitting there trying to unmute it and it wasn't doing it.
No, you're good. Are phobias a disease?
No.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Yeah, they are.
No. I mean, you can't use like not cure wounds, like things like paladin magic to cure like mental illnesses, and phobias kind of extend into that range. Yeah, you can't poke someone on the nose and cure their depression.
Damn.
There would be no adventures if there was no mental illness.
True.
True.
But, you know, at most you can, like, suppress it, like someone's fear of something with, like, a calm emotions or some shit, but it wouldn't do too terribly much mechanically. Why are you asking?
Because I asked in character very stupidly if the hag was agoraphobic, and then that made me think, like, wait, can I cure that?
Yeah, I mean...
If the agoraphobia was caused by perhaps a parasite, then yes.
Yeah. She didn't share with anyone but Vivienne why she was afraid to leave her cottage. Which, for Minnow's understanding, the reason she's afraid to leave her cottage is because of what her mentor did to her.
Right. Let's go kill an Archfey.
Yeah, as you guys kind of, like, pass through the breakage in pretty much what looks like time and space itself, you know, similarly to the other times before, it feels like you watch the world almost like watching a painting in steps, but going backwards, change and shift around you, and you find yourselves on the other side, as it were, and you see an area that is so different from all the other places that you've been, so far, being in the Aether Spine, you've seen trees of magnificent hues that are glowing and filled with small birds or little pixies or just any sign of life that is vibrant within the Aether Spine. You've seen talking trees and animals that can speak, and you've seen a community of people that want nothing more than peace for each other and of their ever-shifting chaotic land itself. And when you step to the other side, you see none of it. You see deadened grass that is trying so desperately to glow a hue of blue, like the fading remnants of life are flickering desperately. And you see that there are dead trees and giant thorns that kind of circle and wrap around every living thing. You can feel the anger and the hatred and the darkness that fills this place. Most of this place is dead. The plants that do thrive here are ones that thrive off of not life, but just magic to survive. And even then, they look as dead and dark as everything else here. There are gnarled and twisted roots coming out of the ground and wrapping around other trees, seemingly sucking the life force out of them. It is a sight to see, and ahead of you it looks like the arching roots and thorns make a quote-unquote hallway ahead of you, like a path leading forward. And Lycophos, looks around, as if familiar, and says, "We're here. We're very close, even." And the pathway, quote-unquote, is very, very long and dark, but you have, time to speak with one another. Lycophos will say, He probably already knows we're here, and he'll likely trap us in. So, whatever we plan on doing, we just have to be as smart and quick about it as possible.
Can he track us from here, or does he just know that we are here?
He likely knows. He can't do anything just yet, or more likely, since he knows I'm here, he's not doing anything yet. But I'm afraid... Go ahead.
To be clear, can we move about stealthily, or will he know where we are at all times?
We can move about stealthily for other things, but likely he doesn't know exactly where we are, just that we're here in general.
Okay.
Even then, he is a tree, so he can't really be spooked.
Vivienne, I notice you're far quieter than usual. Does something ail your mind?
No.
Can I get an insight check on that?
Sure.
$13.
That's probably good enough to at least tell us. She actually seems way... how do I say this? So, when you last saw her was right after Gelwood had given up her name and everything was going kind of crazy and it was all very confusing and she was extremely stressed out. She seems much less stressed out now. Seems like the visit to the cottage was a good one for her. She seems to have some of her old swagger back that she had before coming to the Aether Spine.
Yeah, that's what happens when you stay the night at a booby witch's house.
How's Emiko looking?
Emiko's fine. She has her hands underneath her armpits, like she did the first time her arms started doing the thing. But other than that,
Yeah, we gotta get this guy out quick. Okay.
she doesn't want to get yelled at by Vivienne.
Oh, how's Lysol?
You're doing a very bad job hiding it. It's your whole hand. She's seen it.
Yeah, it's worse than two left. That's why she's hiding it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll find out.
How's Lysol looking? Ready to kill?
Lysol's... You know, you would say that someone's looking anxious when they're like getting ready for something that would be monumental or very important, but this is kind of like their comfort zone, so to speak. So they look pretty ready for whatever comes next. Very confident, even.
Xander looks at Johnny. How does Johnny look?
Johnny has no anxiety or worries. He has the resolve of a man who knows that he will consume evil, and then he will move on.
Hell yeah, metal.
Johnny goes to look at Gelwood, but the glory radiating from his aura blinds him, and he looks away.
Also, probably the ridiculously shiny armor.
Yeah.
You can't see
finally,
his face because it's covered by a helmet, but he looks up instead of down, and he has his hand on his sword ready to go.
Johnny raises his arm to Xander. How's he looking?
Johnny would be able to tell that, you know, Xander is generally the type of individual who believes that he can handle whatever the fuck life throws at him. You know, he's the prince of fucking Patras, for fuck's sake. Like, he's got it in the bag. This is, while not uncertainty that Johnny is seeing, the closest to it he's ever seen in Xander when they're about to go do something important like this.
As he reaches up for them to lock hands, their fists make a loud clap as they interlock, and they nod to each other. And then we are going to progress to Akios.
Yeah, we're gonna press the button to cross the fog wall in DM.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, as you all traverse, you can see the area around you writhing, as if reacting to your very presence. You can feel the world around you is angry, and every time something changes about the world around you, Lycophos like flinches. Not in fear, but in, you know, kind of like in pain. And as you traverse forward again, there's no other way to go but forward. And you you know, you can't see anything like up ahead. Like, you can see the end of this passage, but it's like it almost looks blurry and distorted at the end. And when you finally reach the end, you see what is, I wouldn't say hiding, but lurking at the end, a semi-large room, or I call it a room, but like you're still out in the open. But the area surrounding is covered in like dead trees and gnarled roots and thorns that are slowly starting to tighten in, almost forming a dome, almost making this a room.
Lycophos, what do we need to know?
Oh yeah.
She would say Mr. Unich, but yeah.
Yeah. The most important thing is there are several large roots that are going to come out of the ground effectively. They have a pretty extended reach. In order to damage the tree itself at all, we have to damage the roots. As far as what comes after that, that is the only thing I know. Only because I used to tend to the roots myself. once all the roots are gone, I'm sure we'll be able to attack the tree head on. I don't know what other tricks he has, though. I've never seen him fight. I'm gonna send
We enter the room like the triumphant heroes we are.
I'm gonna send like a kind of image to kind of represent what the overall vibe is. Except that tree in the middle is much, much bigger.
Oh my. It's a big tree.
Yeah.
There will be no retreating now.
Oh, for fuck's
It's
sake.
not retreating. I do have tabletop open. For those who can join.
You better make like a tree and get out of here.
Ah, Joey, you bitch, you took my green.
Of course I did. I take the green every time.
My tabletop took so long to open.
Gotta get a solid state, brother.
I do.
Before this fucking fight starts, so that the little rapscallion can't run away from me, I'm gonna cast Warding Bond on Emiko.
So that the little rapscallion can't run away from me. Oh, fuck.
Also, casual reminder, rest casted aid on everybody except Lycophos, so plus 10. Maximum hit point.
It's okay, it's kind of like Lycophos has aid. He's 2 levels higher than you.
I don't give a flying fuck. No, I'm playing.
That wasn't even
All
me,
right.
like, flexing or anything. It was just like, no, genuinely, like, he probably has, like, the same amount of health because of that. So, like,
No,
it balances.
Before we do walk in, though, there is something that Vivienne does where she will. Hang on, where the fuck is it?
Summon 8 velociraptors.
Not 8 raptors. I don't think that's going to be super helpful.
6,000
When is 8 velociraptors not helpful?
Yeah.
Not as helpful.
Never.
She holds out her hand and conjures the forbidden spell, her ultimate move, and says, "Adult male bull hippo." And someone's a hippo.
Holy shit! Holy fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And because I
Holy
can't
fuck.
find a hippo stat block, it's a polar bear,
Holy
but it is a
fuck.
hippo.
Oh! Holy shit! Oh, Johnny
We have
falls
never
unconscious.
been more back than we are
Holy
right
shit.
now.
Holy shit, we're so fucking back. Oh, we never left. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Groot never sounds more like Moist Critical than he does when he's like doing the fake
Holy
yell
fuck.
thing.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck, he's going down. Oh, this guy's fucked. This guy's
We are
dead.
going timber.
I'm gonna roll initiative.
This guy's gonna get killed.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty.
I'm not supposed to go first. I don't know if this is a good thing. Oh, never mind. Emiko's going first.
What Westcast do we have up? GOA, that's the one.
Alright. So, when you come in, you hear a voice that kind of like emanates from literally every corner of this room. It's kind of creepy. And you hear, my own son come to tear me away. And Lycophos will say, nope, no, I'm here to make you better. And like some vines, not in a way that restricts you mechanically, but like some weaker vines like kind of like circle around a lot of you, like very I don't want to say lightly, like grazing against you for split seconds. And these intruders, these interlopers, these beings of another realm, you think that they will break that they will heal my damages, that they will cure my wounds, that they will break what has already been done. Very well, then. And I would say I need everybody to roll initiative, but you already are rolling initiative, so I don't need to say it.
We already did.
Damn it, Johnny won me 0.
Joey, I need you to look again at those initiative rolls.
Oh my god, Emiko won all of us 0.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. Oh my god, 26, 25, 24. Nobody rolled a 23. I'm ashamed in all of you for not continuing this curse like we're not supposed to.
Like we're not supposed to?
Emiko fucking mogged the entire party.
I told you she would run away from me. I gotta use the fucking ring.
It's within 60 feet, right?
Wording bound is within 60 feet.
Okay.
Oh, and Dad, I know that sometimes the 5e stuff can get confused with the 3.5 stuff. A warding bond is share life, but better.
Just say and dad.
Hi, Joey's dad.
Hi, Joey's dad. Okay.
I know he's gonna watch this when it comes out eventually, so.
Oh, yeah, you did say that your dad listens. So does my dad, but my dad, quite frankly, doesn't understand anything. So, like, hi, Dad.
Hi, Chas's dad.
We're gonna confuse the shit out of him. He's gonna listen to this and he's gonna be like, your friends were talking to me.
Anybody else want to shout out their parents before we start?
I don't want to shout out my parents, but I will shout out LA Lakers, best team.
Hi, LA Lakers. And thanks for being a big fan of the show. Your support means so much to us.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag we fucking
not
wish.
Sponsored yet.
Oh my god, alright.
This is an inside joke that matters to like 3 people. I think only 2 of them are here.
Last shout out. After this session, I'm getting Arby's. So.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, damn.
All right, shout out to Arby's. Shout out to the big meat, as we call it here.
The big meaty.
Here comes the big
Shout out
meaty.
to the meat
Fuck!
I'd like to shout out my biggest supporter, my biggest cheerleader, my confidant, the one who comments under every video, myself.
Honestly, we wouldn't be here without him.
True. All right. So, up first is Emiko.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the nearest route.
Where are you even?
Am I not there?
Yeah, you're right here.
Oh, I'm all the way over there. Why am I all the way? Oh wait, no.
I moved you.
Okay. Okay.
wanted to go near the nearest route.
I didn't see that part.
My sister in Christ, you did this to yourself.
Does 16 hit?
Let me look. I set up this combat like so long ago. Yes, 16 hits.
Okay, so I'm going to hit it twice with my my sickles. For 22 and 16. Do I have to separate acid damage or thunder damage or anything?
Acid or thunder? No, you do not need to separate that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do 19 damage on the first hit, and then 14 damage on the second hit, and then I'm going to use a key point to flurry of blows to punch it. 18 for the first one, and I missed for my second one. It's going to take 9 damage for my hit.
All right. You already see that the kind of fibrous texture of the root is already starting to break apart. It is still up, quote unquote, but you have whammied on it quite a bit.
Cool. And then how much do I have to move for that?
20 feet.
Okay. Because I have mobile, I am going to move out of immediate range, so I'll move back 30 feet.
All right. Anything else for your turn, Emiko?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Johnny, it is your turn.
Does a 12 hit?
Yes, a 12 does hit. A 12 is the AC of the roots. Or just roots.
Great. First root is going to take 7 fire damage.
Do you want
Is it still up?
Do you want to attack the one that Emiko's been beating the shit out of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's not up. That is enough to take down that root.
Yeah, Johnny throws the bat. It lights Gelwood's sword in glorious flame. First ray slices it in two, bisecting it. Then Gelwood's going to turn his sword to the left root, closest to us. 14 hits for 9 fire damage, and a 22 hits for another 9 fire damage. Total of 18 fire damage to this thing.
All right, to the second one, you said 18. Tool to that one's the first one. You know what I mean? The second one you're targeting.
Yes.
All right, damage is noted. Anything else for your turn?
Have that one make me a strength saving throw.
Does that fire deal full damage?
Yes.
Okay.
You said a strength save at disadvantage? Did I mishear that?
Just normal one. Normal one.
I don't know why I heard at disadvantage in my brain. I heard your voice say it. Wacky. That's fine.
Maybe you're going crazy.
Maybe I am. Crazy. I was crazy once. That is a 9.
That will fail. DC is 13, so it's going to take 2 bludgeoning damage from Johnny Bat wielding the decanter of endless water. And it's going to, if it can, fall prone.
Yeah. The roots can't go prone, but it does take the damage.
Great.
I am curious about that, Chess. So, for the purpose of repelling blast and all of my other tricks, are those going to work here? I assume I can't knock them up in the air or anything crazy like that, right?
No, you can, since the roots are magical, you can, push them this way and stuff like that. But they cannot be knocked prone or dropped, because they are rooted in the ground. But they can still move while rooted in the ground.
Gotcha.
They just can't be lifted up, dropped, or knocked prone. They are immune to the prone condition and can't be uprooted.
Gotcha. At least not with a fucking cantrip.
Yeah, no.
Johnny ends his turn.
All right, Jay Elwood, it is your turn.
It would be me and Vivienne at the same time. I am fairly certain that the caster has more dex than me.
Fair.
+1. Yeah.
Oh, we have the same dex. Shit. All right. I'll go first then.
You go first.
Since we know that the fire did full damage, I'm gonna pull out the Firebrand Warhammer, and then I'm gonna cast as a bonus action Shield of Faith on Lysel.
Okay.
Since he does not have my wording bound.
Would you like to ride the hippo?
Oh, I'd love nothing more.
Chess, are these large or are they huge?
Oh, these are huge.
So they take up
Yeah, I'll
all these spaces?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move it a little more here. I'll increase the base a little bit, and then just turn this down to this, so that way...
The hippo's name is Hephaestus.
Yeah, he can get you there if you want. He has 40 feet of movement.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, 35. And then just to make sure... We're chilling. Yeah, so from atop Hephaestus, which is the most kick-ass name for a mount, but the weirdest name for a hippo, I'm gonna smack it with the Firebrand Warhammer, not once but twice. Both of them are gonna hit for a total of 14 plus 9 is 23 plus 2 is 25 points of damage.
All right. You walk up to this root and you just...
Damn. That's crazy. I end my turn.
You want Hephaestus to dodge?
Yeah, Hephaestus should dodge.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're there. Do you want to hit it again? You have another attack, right?
You meant dash, not dodge. I do not want him to dodge because I don't want to go more than 60 feet away from Emiko. I wanted to keep...
Never mind.
There, it's just fine. Yeah, doesn't matter.
My bad.
Yes, it does, because I was like right here. Anyways. That's my turn.
All right, Vivienne, it is your turn.
Cool. So Hephaestus has done his thing. Vivienne is going to. She's in range. She's going to make 2 attacks. One of them using, let's say, the. You know what? Since we saw it last time, let's say Unicorn. The starry unicorn appears beside her, and a beam shoots out of its horns. I'm at it. So that is a 24 to hit. It is going to take a total of 7 points of radiant damage. Does radiant seem to do anything fancy to it?
It doesn't do anything fancy to it. It seems to be normal for the root, but it still takes.
No worries. So we're gonna try number 2. Answer another question. We're gonna try Chill Touch. Oh, dropping stuff. That is a unnatural 20 to hit. So that is. What level are we again? How long has it been? It's D&D?
5.
Cool. 11 points of necrotic damage. Does it seem to take all of that?
It does not.
Does it take any of that?
It does.
Okay, and it cannot heal if that matters.
All
And
right.
that'll be my turn.
All right. It is Akios' turn.
Row.
Do 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 do. Do.
Josh just played the opening riff to Whiplash on mouth.
On mouth.
In breath minor.
All right. So what he is going to do is I need Jay and Emiko to both. Well, actually, I have to. Okay. Sorry. I haven't looked at his thing in a little bit. No, I was right. I need you both to make me dex saves.
Any other save would be preferable. I'm kidding, I'm a god.
17 dex. At 7. I'm just kidding.
No.
So, Jay will succeed, Emiko will fail. So, Jay, you'll be taking half damage, Emiko, you'll be taking full. As, like, you see these spectral vines come out from, like, seemingly the ground surrounding the tree and, like, lash out at you both. It is very, very painful, and you will take...
Emiko, whatever you're taking, I want you to actually take half because warding bond.
Right. Yikes.
Emiko, you will technically, this is without reduction, take 12 force damage.
Right.
So, Jelwood, you will take 6. But then, I guess you take 12 because you took Emiko's. I don't quite know how that works, but you can figure that out.
So the way that it works is Emiko takes half. I take the other half of what she takes, and then I take my 6.
Yeah.
So I am
12.
taking. So I am essentially failing the save for her.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
Yeah. You take 12 force damage. Emiko will take 6. And that'll be the end of his turn for right now. Lysel, it is your turn.
So Lysel is going to again reach up and touch the dolphin amulet and begin glowing that same coloration of patterns with the various swirls now glowing more brightly from underneath their skin, becoming more or less a strobe light, if we're being honest. As we cast haste, and we are going to. How far away is it? This one over here to the right, where right here, Route 3. About at diagonals.
You can get there in 60 feet.
Excellent. We're gonna do that. Well, I disappeared. Nope, there I am. Oh my god!
You took Johnny with you.
Yo! Oh, wait. There we go. That's how it is.
Disappear?
Yeah, sometimes when you're on the edge of the map,
Where
if
am
you
I?
just zoom in on your character before moving it, it'll keep it from doing that.
Oh.
So we're going to probably miss the first attack for 11.
Yeah, 12 is its AC.
Okay. The second attack with our bonus action attack is a critical attack, though. So we'll pump a soul into it just because it's free. So it's going to be a total after the reduction of 14 damage with the resistance factored.
Alright. Anything else for your turn, Lysel?
No, that's movement, bonus action, and action.
Alrighty. At the end of
This is
Lysel's turn, as a legendary action, Akios, in his tree form, is going to summon minions.
Well, of course he is. Why wouldn't he?
Akios, big tree. Other Asian tree, Aku. Oh my god, guys, we're gonna get sent back to the past.
That was a funny joke.
No, it wasn't.
Did you say so?
No. It was funny.
Okay, thank you. I love you.
I think of you as a friend.
That's okay too. Because now I have a friend.
Alright. And these bad boys will get their own initiative. Cool. Just move them real quick. Alright. And these guys will do some shit next time on Unfettered Epic. There we go.
Incredibly unfettered.
Alright. Which one is number 4? This one. Okay. Since Akios' roots have a pretty big range, because it's literally just an over-glorified nature whip, Jay, you're gonna get bitch slapped by a root.
Do I need a roll, or is this an attack instead?
It's an attack. Because
Okay.
it's not like from Akios the tree, it's from this root.
Gotcha. The legendary action was the tree. This is the root. Understood.
Yism. That is a 21 to hit.
That is exactly my AC. And I keep forgetting if I have anything to fix that on this character. I think the answer to that is no. So yeah, that hits.
Alright. Get out of my dice box, thank you. Pretty bad rolls though. You take 6 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
6? I cannot fail the save.
Alright, at
The
the end of
concentration
that
check.
root's turn, it is Xander's turn.
Okay, Xander's gonna fire off an Eldritch Blast at Route 3. Let's see, 18 to hit for Beam 1, 21 to hit for Beam 2. It's going to be 8, 16, 20, 23 points of damage between Force and Magical Bludgeoning.
Alright. Oh shit, I accidentally applied that to Xander. No.
Oh.
There we go. Alright. Damage is noted. Anything else for your turn, Xander?
Bonus action, cast Magic Stone. End of turn.
Alright. It is Route 3's turn. Going to smack Lysel.
Actually, I apologize, DM. I'm going to do a slight recon. I'm going to do bonus action Shillelagh and pull out my quarterstaff.
Shenane.
Okie dokie. But Route 3, hiya. That's a 23 to hit.
A 23 would hit, but we are going to cast Shield.
Yeah, watching. And remind me again, what, since this is a dramatic moment, what does Lysel's shield look like?
Normally it would just look like them flourishing their billhook around and creating a kind of hard light panel of just souls, but when they have haste up, their glowing lights kind of elongate, almost like just tendrils just floating about them as they actively block things from physically impacting Lysel.
Awesome. And yeah, you see the giant form of the root, like, kind of like whip around in the air before slamming downwards, trying to make a pretty meaty strike, and then you effortlessly almost just knock the blow away. Alright, that root is dead, so it is now Lycophos's turn, going to target root number 3. First blast hits. Second blast also hits. Alright. Ooh, okay. That is actually enough to kill this root. And now that he is actually pacted with Agatha instead, his blasts look different. And they start to actually look a little bit like water, or like ink, kind of is the best way to describe it, and are like a light purplish in color, and then like the same blue as like what's in his hair, and they both strike out and bonk.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be the end of his turn. Top of the round, Emiko.
I have the mouse.
Oh.
Okay, so Emiko's gonna run up to this guy. And attack him a whole bunch. Does an 8 or 19 hit?
Sorry, had to burp. I'm pretty sure it does. I just have to check something real quick. Yes, that does hit.
Okay. She hits for both of her attacks, and bonus action flurry of blows. She'll hit for 1 and miss the other for a total of 36. Oh, do I have to separate anything? Thunder or acid?
Do separate both the thunder and acid for me. Still takes it, but I just need to hear it separately.
Okay, so, the first attack, he's going to take 9 magical slashing, 2 thunder, and 1 acid.
Alright.
The second attack, he's going to take 12 slashing, 2 thunder, and 3 acid. And then for the first hit with the flurry of blows, it's going to be 5 bludgeoning, and 2 acid.
Alright. Damage is noted.
And that's it for my turn.
Alright. Johnny, it is your turn.
Bonus action. Have the minion that is closest to Emiko, closest to Joe, would make me a strength saving throw, DC 13.
You said a strength save?
Yes.
Alright, that is a 10.
Fails. It's going to take 4 bludgeoning damage as the Johnny Bat comes in with the decanter of endless water, and it is going to fall prone.
Alright.
Johnny is going to ready an action. If an enemy approaches an ally and goes to attack, then he will cast Dissonant Whispers. Or no, if an enemy approaches an ally, then he will cast Dissonant Whispers. And that is going to be the end of his turn.
Alright, just letting you know so that I'm not a liar, shadows are immune to being knocked prone. So he is still standing, but he did take the damage.
Cool. Johnny is now aware of that.
All right. Jade, is your turn.
Sounds good. Am I within range of either of these dudes? Like, are they able to hit me from where they're at?
They'd have to move slightly closer.
Cool. That means that I can back away without provoking. I'm gonna move over here and I'm gonna take a first swing at number 4 with my hammer.
All right.
It's gonna be a 22 to hit for 8 plus 6 points of fire damage, so 14 points.
All right. That one is deaded.
And then I'm gonna use a little bit more of Hephaestus' movement to come up here. And I'm gonna smack number 2 of my hammer once again. That's only a 12 to hit. Does that hit the shadow?
That just hits.
Just hits the shadow. Excellente. That's gonna be another 14 to hit. This time it's only 5 fire damage, however.
All right.
Then as a bonus action, I'm gonna use the charm to increase my AC by 2 until the end of my next turn.
All right.
All right. Hephaestus, who has been moved into position. Joe, were you done? I'm sorry, I thought you were done. No, sorry.
No, I was saying that I was done. You're good.
Oh, sorry. See, we're so in sync. I take it back. I do love you. So Hephaestus rushes forward, tries to bite. Unfortunately, will miss, but then goes in just to with a big headbutt and rolls a natural 20 on this shadow in front of it.
Holy shit, he doesn't stand a chance against adult male bull hippo.
Who does?
The vigor of adult male bull hippo.
It takes 11 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
All right. You said 11?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is that one still up?
Yes it is. You feel like the non-magical doesn't quite take as much, but it still takes damage.
100%. How bad does it look? Did Jay hit it at all, or did Jay miss?
Jay hit it, so it's like halfway having a bad time.
Halfway having a bad time, you say? Oh, okay. I think both of my cantrips that deal damage aren't going to do diddly to it. So I'm going to back up. I'm going to have the unicorn turn and attack shadow number 2. That's a natural 1, so it misses horrifically. And then I will... Yeah, fuck it, we'll cast a guiding bolt at it. Why not? That will likely also miss with an 11, unfortunately. So that'll be my turn.
Alrighty, it is now Akios' turn. Sorry. Okay, a root is still up, so I will look here. Coming from this route right here, Akios is going to... What is the range on this? Shit. Akios is going to cast Chill Touch on Johnny. So he can only do this when he's a tree, yes. Alright. That is a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Alright. You take 10 necrotic damage, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of his next turn. Yep, that's it. I was just making sure. I rarely cast that spell as a player or as a creature. And what that looks like is instead of coming from the tree itself, like that's in the center, it actually comes from this root, and you see the magical energy kind of like crawl up it, and like it kind of like swings like it's going to attack, and the spell energy comes forth. But that'll be the end of Akios' turn, which makes it Lysel's turn.
Alright, Lysel is going to move to here. Well, actually more like right about here. Attack this one. The first attack's over a 20 to hit. Does it resist necrotic damage as well?
It is immune to necrotic damage.
Ooh, okay. Well, in that case, it's going to take 11 points of damage, none of which were necrotic. I'm just going to factor out the necrotic damage for you.
Okay.
Then it's going to take 10 points of damage from their second attack.
All right.
They're going to miss their third attack with their extra action, and then we're going to use our bonus action attack and do another 6 points of damage.
All right. Damage is noted. The shadow is still up.
And then we're just going to step back, so it's outside of my 10-foot reach.
All right.
That is it from here.
All right. It is the shadow's turn. It is going to move towards Lysel. Just use.
Can I take an attack?
Yeah. You want
that's
to be in
gonna
the
be-
center, right? I'm just trying to move it like center.
Yeah.
Okay.
14 points of damage.
All right. That shadow is dead. It's like coming up to you going, and then it just goes.
Waited.
At the end of that one's turn, it is now. Where are you? Oh, it's right here. This one is going to. Yeah, it moves out, but I know if I try to like readjust the squares here, it's just gonna be all kinds of fucked up because there's multiple things right there, so I'm just gonna deal with it. This one is going to move up to attack Jay, which I do believe triggers.
As it moves up,
Yep.
it triggers Dissonant Whispers. Need a Wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
DC is 16.
Right. This is a flat roll. I got a 16 exactly.
Silvery barbs.
What was the hit number?
You can't do that, Groove.
No, wait, what? Why not?
You used
Because
your
you used
reaction.
your reaction to hold your action.
But don't you worry, because
Oh, yeah.
silvery barbs.
Oh,
I don't even know what was rolled to hit me.
Well, that's
Don't worry
because
about it.
that.
Nothing was.
Yeah, because
That's
he
what
has
we're trying to prevent.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, this is still the save. Damn. All right, I'm
Yeah.
ahead. My bad.
Yeah, that second roll was a critical, unfortunately. Natural
Yeah.
20.
Hey, that's just the way.
So he's going to take half of this. He takes 6 psychic damage.
Alright. 6. Okay. And then gonna make an attack. Let me.
My advantage is going to be going to Jay, by the way.
I mean, hey,
Alright.
if you guys look at it this way, it used all of its good rolls trying to stop itself from saving.
That's how it works.
Gambler's fallacy.
Alright.
It gets another nat 20 on the attack.
No. That is a decent roll. What is your AC? Because I know you have the thing active.
Currently, it's 23.
Nope, that is a 20 not nat, so that will miss.
Yay.
Alright. It is now this Root's turn. Because he's there, also going to make an attack at Jay.
All right.
That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that'll be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9.
9. But that'll be the end of that one's turn. Xander, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Sorry, I'm looking something up real quick.
You're good.
Okay. Eldritch Blast at the root, because that still feels to me like the most important target.
Absolutely.
Natural 19 for the first, for a total of 26. And another natural 19 for the second. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeet.
That is going to be 8, 10, 19, 22 points of damage between force and magical bludgeoning. And I'm going to knock him back, and by him I mean the root, 25 feet. To get him the fuck away from Jay. Also, Jay, you're still concentrating on Shield of Faith, right?
Yeah, I got a 12 on the save. I'm good.
Yeah, unfortunately, you did burn Silvery Barb's advantage on that. Because you don't get to pick, it's just the next one, so.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. Okay. Yeah. That's all we're doing.
Alright, it is Lycophos's turn. Targeting root, just in case. First blast. Hits. Alright. And thank God that'll be enough to take that one. Yeah, that. Where are you going?
Bye-bye.
Goes further in the map. There you go. Come for that. Bitch. Okay. Which means that the second blast can go to the fucking tree. Womp. Sick. Alright. Yeah, when the final root falls, you see, like, a lot of the roots have, like, this, glowing blue undertone, and you all hear, like, the sound of what sounds like a man, like, screaming, kind of, like, fill throughout the entire area, and the roots connected to the trees start to, like, sway and writhe angrily. And... yeah. Oh, I forgot to track this. Boop. There we go. Alright. After Lycophos's turn, it is this Shadow's turn. Ouch. Gonna come up and say hi to Xander.
You're...
That is a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Alright. And then... I need a thingy. Alright, you take 4 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 1.
Damage and reduction are noted. Successful save on enhance ability.
Alright. It is now this Shadow's turn. Forgets their movement speed already after I just use it. Gonna smack Vivienne. That is a 14 to hit.
Hits.
Alright. You take 5 points of necrotic damage, and I just had my d4. Where did it go? Did I put it back in my dice box? Why would I do that? Oh, what? Look. And your strength score is also reduced by 1. Alright. And that is the end of that one's turn. Going back. That one's dead, that one's dead. We're at the top of the round. Emiko, it is your turn.
I'm gonna assume a 12 doesn't hit the tree.
Let me look at tree form, because it is a little different. No, it will not hit.
Okay, Emiko runs up to the tree and just trips and falls on her face.
Oh no! The root started moving very suddenly, and Emiko, like, tripped over one and was like, I'm gonna get you, fuck!
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else for your turn, Emiko?
Nope.
Alright, Johnny, it is your turn.
Johnny looks about at the perilous shadows threatening his allies. And as he goes to send another bat to Jay, he realizes that he is much too far away. And he realizes that he cannot remain weak forever. And so he draws the dagger from his belt, and he will vomit on it, and it will come alight with glorious fire. And Johnny is going to launch a Scorching Ray. First at the one threatening Xander. That's a 21 to hit.
That
for
does hit.
12 fire damage. This is a third level Scorching Ray. 12 fire damage on that one.
Which one is this one?
Yep.
Alright.
Next, a 17 to hit for 6 fire damage. Same one.
Alright. Oh shit. Why did I lose the one? There we go.
Then a 15 to hit for 7 fire damage. Same one.
Alright. Damage is noted.
And then last ray is on 11 to hit for 6 fire damage.
An 11 will just miss. Their AC is 12.
Okay. And have that one make me a DC 13 strength saving throw.
8.
He will fail, taking 1 bludgeoning damage, falling prone if he could.
Yeah, shadows cannot, but damage is taken.
Okay. And then Johnny's going to move up to be next to Emiko, and he will end his turn.
Alright. Jay, it is your turn.
Oh, hell. I'm gonna take a swing at number 2 here just to see if I can kill him. That's gonna be 25 to hit for 14 damage.
That does kill him.
Awesome, and then we are going to not click on that because it's not my toy. We're gonna move over here to now attack Shadow Numero Uno. That was the wrong weapon. Let me try that again. 21 to hit for 9 points of damage. And then bonus action Billowing Cape. And I'll end my turn there.
Yeah, your cape billows epically.
Hephaestus does a 14 hit.
Yes.
Sweet, so these are both going to hit. Ooh, very nicely done, Hephaestus. 28 points of non-magical damage to number 1.
Alright, even halved, that is enough to kill it. Blah!
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Great.
Noise.
Jay, were you done?
Yeah.
Great. Vivienne, from where she is going to hold out her hands as a spark appears between them, and she is going to cast Burning Hands on the shadow that is right in front of her. Please have it make a dex save.
Which one are you? Oh, you're that one. Okay. Not great. That is a 14.
That will fail by 1. It was going to take not a ton, just only 10 damage, I believe. I don't think there's anything else that happens. Yep. Ignites any flammable objects in the area, blah, 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 blah. I am then going to use a bonus action to disengage, using my goblinness.
Hell yeah, goblin!
And hide behind Jay.
Yep.
And that'll be my turn.
Do I give cover because I'm on the fucking hippo?
Yes.
I mean... Yeah, I mean, because of how small Vivienne is, yes. Emiko or Vivienne could hide behind the hippo.
I don't know if, I don't know what the rule is for taking cover behind creatures, if there is one.
I think it just works as regular cover. I don't think
I'm just chilling back here.
Like, it takes, the creature takes the damage. I just think it's like that person's AC is typical cover rules.
Gotcha.
Alright. It is Akios' turn. I need Emiko and Johnny to make me dex saves. Actually, that might be a lie. Hold on, let me double check. I'm using a different thing than last time. No, it's a dex save. Okay. Five. Nine. Alright, both of those don't succeed, so once again, spooky roots. Those damage rolls are bad, though. You will each take 5 force damage. Rolled a 2 and a 3 on my damage die.
What's half of 5?
Half of 5 is 2.
Oh,
Am I taking the 3, or are you taking the 3?
That's the great thing about warding bond. Neither of us take the fucking 3. We just both take 2.
Okay.
Because you round down on both. Otherwise, we would both take like 2.75 or some bullshit, and it's stupid. Or 2.5, I mean.
Alright, that'll be all for his turn. Lysel, it is your turn.
Alrighty, Lysel is going to do a quick little run all the way back over to their friends. But get a little winded from the actual run itself as their first attack hits for 14 points of damage, max damage, and then the remaining 3 attacks just completely miss.
Alright, damage is noted. Xander, it is your turn.
I'm gonna shoot the tree.
Shoot the tree!
Actually, Lysel's gonna be like right here, so they're within 5 feet of both Emiko and Johnny.
Fair.
22 to hit for the first.
That does hit.
9 to hit for the second.
Does not hit.
5, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage.
Alright, damage is noted. Anything else for your turn, Xander?
It's gonna be a hard negative, Chief.
Alright, it is Lycophos's turn. That's a critical, so that's pretty chill. And then that one just... Does that hit? Check.
What's he firing at?
The tree.
Because he is threatened by the shadow, so his ranged attacks would be at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck. Shit. That is true. Never mind, he's gonna shoot the fucking... He's going to take out his weapon and stab a ghost. Not a ghost, it's a shadow, and they are different, but like, whatever. Bam!
If these were ghosts, we'd have problems.
You would have problems. Okay, that hits.
Okay.
It just goes up and possesses Vivienne.
Alright, and then he's gonna actually do it again. That just barely does that. Do that. Okay, I'm done. Alright. It is now that shadow's turn. It is going to make an attack against Lycophos. And miss. With a natural 3. Alright. Emiko, it is your turn.
Okay,
Here.
does an 18 hit the tree?
An 18 just hits.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit twice, for a 20 and an 18. Do I have to separate any damage?
Let me check. The only thing you would have to separate is necrotic. Or
Okay,
psychic
so-
if you do it, but I don't think you do psychic damage.
No. But for my first, my action attacks, it's gonna be 30 between the two of them. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to Flurry of Blows again. And it's gonna be a 25 to hit for a total of 9 damage, using like 3 key points that turn.
Alright, 9 damage. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Johnny, it is your turn.
Groove, you're muted.
You're a queen, you know that? Johnny is going to reignite the dagger for another volley of rays. First one is a 22 to hit
That hits.
for 8 fire damage. Second one, a 14 to hit
A 14
for
does not
another
hit.
8 fire damage.
Alright.
Third one misses. Last one is a 13 to hit for 3 fire damage. Have it make me a strength saving throw, DC 13 as well.
Alright, that'll be a 16.
Okay. And Johnny is going to end his turn.
Alright. Jay, it is your turn.
Excellent. Let me think. I'm gonna bonus action, pop a healing potion.
Alright.
What does it put me at? 39. Nice, we're chilling. And then I'm going to bring myself and Hephaestus on over to the damn tree. Oh god, he rotated, he flipped vertically. Why does he do that? Oh my god, Hephaestus, your back is wrong. And now you're falling all over the place. Alright, doesn't matter. Now that we are in melee with the damn hippo, I'm going to swap the hammer out for the enlightened rapier. And I was afraid that the first attack would miss. 11 does not hit, right?
Nope.
Alright. Then we have a 25 to hit for 12 points of piercing damage. I need it to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Yeah.
Alright. Checking. That is an 11 con save.
He fails, and now he is affected by fairy fire.
Sick. And what was the damage? You said 11?
12.
12.
11 was my failed hit. 12 is the damage.
Okay.
So now until the start of my next turn, every attack against this guy has advantage.
Alright. Anything else for your turn, Jay?
Nah.
Alright, Vivienne, it is
Go
your
ahead,
turn.
Hippo.
Hephaestus will hit with a natural 20 and a 21. So that is not great damage rolls, though. It's 18 points of non-magical damage.
Alright. 18 damage is noted. Well, 9 damage is noted.
How's shade number 3 looking? His Lycophos look like he's got it taken care of?
He's got it taken care of. This thing is like
Sweet.
flickering in and out, like it's fine. It's on death's door.
Okay. So all attacks against it have advantage against the tree right now?
Yes.
Sweet. Let's do it. It's hitting with a guiding bolt. That'll hit, hopefully with a 22.
Yep.
For a total of 14 points of radiant damage, if that matters at all. And then we're going to have the unicorn attack, which will also hit. It's D8's going in the box. You failed me. For 5 more points of radiant damage.
Alrighty. And when you do that, something happens. The tree starts to wither and it starts to crumble and it has so many splinters and its magic looks to be flickering. And at first you think, did we win? Is it over? And the tree, all of the bark on it starts to splinter and very rapidly rot, and all of it turns blue like it is being burned with a blue flame. And the tree kind of practically falls in on itself and turning itself inside out. Effectively, and you continue to hear those screams of anguish fill the entire area. It is almost piercing to hear. And you notice that this shadow right here, its form gets like slurped up into the tree's energy and swirled around in a circle. And
Guys, why do I hear Latin?
Whoa, everything went white.
And the tree, in a magical explosion where nothing, I will deal with that in a second, and replaced, you see a spectral visage of what looks to be a very frail man, with like this black kind of bark-like armor that kind of like covers his waist and part of his legs, and then up around his neck, but the rest of him is kind of bare. And he has long, like silvery kind of purplish hair, and his legs actually look like the legs, like similar to like the unicorn you met the other day, and he has a long tail with like a little bit of fluff at the end of it. And he, out of his forehead, has a horn protruding that, despite his kind of almost frail appearance, the horn itself radiates this like dark magic, and so does he himself. As like where the tree once was, there's this blue ring of very dark, like encircling magic. And he himself looks kind of spectral, and he is like trembling a little bit, and he just says, "Enough is enough!" And real quick, I need lottie-dottie everybody to make me a strength save.
Okay, kind of scary, but this is good, guys. You know, the elderly is my favorite enemy, so we got this. That's a natural one.
He doesn't look that old. He just looks sickly.
I mean, you say I heard you say either elderly or old or something to that effect. So
I said frail, but frail doesn't mean old.
Wait, I need to reread this.
-2. Oh no.
Nah, you're crazy.
Well,
He's geriatric.
I got hit by the shadow.
Let's add
which reduced my strength score to 7.
That's 17.
Oh. Wait, a 7 is only a -2. Did you have another minus from something?
I thought it was -3.
No,
No.
7 is -2.
7's -2.
Sorry, my bad. It's not -2, it's -1.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short.
I
Alright.
get disabled.
No, we got an 11, a 20, an 18. Fucking wizard out here. Oh yeah, because of enhanceability. Wow. Okay, -1, 11.
Enhanceability is only strength checks, not saves.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I rolled that without advantage, that's fine.
Okay. So Jay, Johnny, and Lysel succeed. The rest of you will take 11 force damage and be knocked back 10 feet.
Concentration is maintained. Am I up against the wall right now?
Yeah, not enough to take damage, but you are.
Emiko and I take 5.
Those Lickfos, you two are wall buddies. Oh, did y'all already move yourself back now?
Wait, we all get knocked back?
Oh no, like those who succeeded didn't, sorry.
You jackass.
I am a jackass.
Sorry, I forgot to roll it. Hephaestus got a 15. Does that pass?
I remembered until you asked me.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 just succeeds.
Okay. Good job, buddy.
He's like, oh fuck!
Joe would almost ate shit.
Nah, I rolled a 20 on that strength check. I was chilling.
Right, but if the hippo gets knocked back and you remain in place, what happens?
I land on both feet like a cat.
If you succeed a dex save.
Meow. Anyway.
I mean, if we're looking at physics, what would really happen is that Hephaestus would get a cod piece to the back of the dome.
That's
Probably
true.
a concussion.
No, he's wearing a bicycle helmet to prevent those. We're fine.
That's true. I did specifically summon him with a bicycle helmet.
Yeah.
Carnival hippos, man. OP.
Alrighty. And it is now Akios' turn.
How about that?
Yo, he kind of hot.
So I
But
need...
he's frail.
I gotta check something on this.
It's okay, that just means he'll be easier to manhandle.
So I need Johnny, Lysel, and Emiko to make me another set of strength saves.
Better.
I have been targeted once by a shadow, and that is it. Apparently, I am in the perfect spot.
No, it's just this, this would get more mileage.
Wait, is it just the people up front, or like? Sorry, I would.
It's Emiko, Johnny, and Lysel. He casts this orb of like dark liquid, and it centers right here, and all of you are around it, so you'll have to make saves.
He's sitting there like, this is a strength save thing. Something tells me the knight in shining armor is not going to fail.
Alright, 18, 19, and then is that a 4? Okay, so, Lysel and Emiko, you will only take half of this, as he has cast Pummeling Water.
Rude.
Yeah, so...
No, he's spitting at us.
Yeah.
Motherfucker be spitting.
So this is 1, 2, 3, this is 5d10.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm an asshole, but every time, like, somebody casts pummeling water, I just picture them fucking vomiting, like, salt water at someone.
No, that would be what happened if Johnny casts it. Alright.
You ever go to a water park that has like the big bucket and it pours out on you? Is that imagine?
Alright, so, Lysel and, so, Johnny, you will take 25 points of bludgeoning damage and you will be knocked prone. And then Lysel and Emiko, you will both take 12 and you will not be knocked prone.
I take 6.
Correct.
Joe would have gotten knocked off the hippo.
You said take 12 and not be knocked prone?
Yeah, you will not be knocked prone.
Yeah,
How much Joe, what are you doing? You need healing?
I am so sorry, Lysel. You do not have Shield of Faith anymore. I rolled a 4.
This is fine. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and then...
I succeeded on concentration for haste.
Excellent.
Hot stay.
And then that'll be the end of his turn. Lysel, it is your turn.
Alright, is there anything stopping me from moving up the distance and just getting in this guy's face?
No.
Oh, away we go! Does he by chance no longer have immunity to necrotic damage?
He... Just to make your life easier, he does still have immunity to it, so you don't have to roll that.
Okay, so with that in mind, and with the advantage, assuming the fairy fire is still up from,
yeah, the fairy fire and the guiding bolt is still up.
Okay, so the fairy fire turned one of my misses into a hit. Actually, my only miss into a hit, so we're a total of 34 points of damage.
Alright, 34 damage is noted.
Does he have any kind of, physical means of attacking me, like any weapons?
Not that you can see.
Okay, getting the impression that he's probably some variety of caster. I'm just going to stay in this guy's face as opposed to backing off and doing that.
Alright, anything else for your turn?
No, that'll be it.
Xander, it is your turn.
Let me see if I'm within range real quick. Dakota, what's 17 times 5?
It's going to be 85.
Cool. So I am still within range. Eldritch Blast. 2 beams. First at advantage. Actually, I think they're all at advantage because he's verified, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
16 to hit for the first.
Yep.
17 to hit for the second.
Yep.
That is 8, 17, 21, 24 points of damage between force and magical bludgeoning.
Alright. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action Magic Stone. And we're going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. End of turn.
Alright. Checking something real quick.
Huh? You're good.
Alright. Akios is going to use a legendary action. I believe this will take all of his legendary actions to cast Eldritch Blast at Xander.
He's at disadvantage, yes, because I'm within range.
Yes.
That is correct. Would that trigger Soul Siphon? Yes.
I don't. Does it come from spells? Yeah, it does. We already decided
It's
that.
As long as it's an attack.
Yeah.
What I want to is the question.
And that is a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits. AC's 15.
Alright. Alright, and that is 20 points of force damage.
Across how many hits?
Up, hold on. Make that 12 instead, my bad.
What? What?
The second, I misread my die, the second attack didn't hit, because I double checked, and I was about to say cross 2, and then I looked and I didn't read the die right.
Okay, so 12 points of damage across one hit, concentration check. That is a natural 12, enhanced ability maintains, and Xander is officially bloodied.
One second. Lamp! Okay. Alright.
When you're a moth.
I can't read shit, because with my new PC placement, I can't use the light of my window anymore, so I like cast a shadow over my dice. Can't read
When
shit,
you're blind.
Captain. I am blind. Alright. It is now Lycophos's turn. Eldritch Blast, 2 beams.
To beam or not to beam? That is the question. Also, what a fucking loser. This guy's like a fucking Archfey. He only has 2 beams of Eldritch Blast. Weak.
Bro.
Couldn't be me.
Okay. Hits. Hits.
You know, for a warlock, getting the meta magic feat for Quicken spell is basically the same as Action Surge.
Alright. Damage is noted. We are at the top of the round. Emiko, it is your turn.
Okay, because I cannot reach the motherfucker, I'm gonna.
You can't.
I only have 50 feet of movement, and that's more than 50 feet. I'm. No. I'm gonna move by Gelwood and tap him for my Hands of Healing of 10 hit points. And then I think I can get, like, there. Like, here, I think. Hold on. Okay. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, I can get there. And that'll be it for my turn.
Alright. Johnny, it is your turn.
Johnny goes to reignite the dagger, but all of his energy expended lying on the ground. He finds that he cannot arouse the strength to get it out of his throat. He is going to use half of his movement to stand, and he instead reaches down, all the way down into his own throat, and will pull out his hand, his nails elongated, his up to his wrist engulfed in glorious flame. And he is going to move 15 feet to the right, and then he is going to Scorching Ray. Again, a lowest to hit was a 20. He is going to take 21 fire damage from all 3 rays as Johnny flicks them off of 3 fingers and he calls out, Akios, the evil one, for too long you have plagued the people of the Aether Spine. On this day, your reign of terror ends, as you are consumed and forgotten. And have him make me a strength saving throw.
He has advantage on this. Alright, that is a 19.
19, that'll succeed. End of Johnny's turn.
Alright, Jay.
Somebody please move me 15 feet to the right. Thank you.
Alright, Jade, it's your turn.
Alright. We're gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh my god, I'm in range.
Yeah, you are.
And then I'm gonna smack him with the Enlightened Rapier. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
15 hits? Alright, make me a con save.
He got a 4. He's going to use a legendary resistance.
Alright, that's fine. He takes 8 points of piercing damage. I'm gonna swing at him again to 23 to hit. Another 9 points of damage, and then I need him to make me a third con save.
Another con save. What's your DC?
14.
Oh yeah, he's advantage. It's okay. I already did it. That is a 16.
Okay. I can do that one more time. But I am not. Instead, as a bonus action, I am going to... do I want to re-up Shield of Faith? Lysel, what's your AC?
Currently my AC is 20.
20?
Plus 2 from haste.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's too low. I'm going to give you another plus 2. I'm re-upping Shield of Faith. I want him to actually, think about who he's attacking. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, Vivienne, it is your turn.
Alright, Hephaestus rushes in. Do we still have advantage on attacks, or is that gone?
I believe that's gone.
That's gone because he used a legendary resistance.
Alright, in that case, Hephaestus rolls 2 2s, and I assume that a 9 doesn't hit. So
No.
he is awestruck by this. I don't know. Persona. And Vivienne steps forward. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The unicorn will miss, however, she will hit with a guiding bolt with a 22 for a total of 9, 11, 12 more points of damage.
Alright, damage is noted.
That'll be it.
Alright, it is Akios' turn. He is going to bonus action Misty Step, Blanc.
Misty Step. That won't save you.
You actually get right here. And then...
Is that an elevated position?
Yes!
Interesting.
And then... he is going to cast Eldritch Blast at Johnny. Not Johnny. I mean, he could. You know what? I said it out loud. That's what I'm doing.
53.
Alright. The first one is a 17 to hit.
Nope.
What did you say? I didn't catch that. I'm sorry. I heard another noise.
I believe you said nope.
That's what I thought.
Does not hit.
Alright, and then the second one is a 23 to hit.
23.
23.
I'm going to use a shield.
Hell yeah.
My AC go with the Newt Eye, which brought my dex up by 1. That'll bring my AC to a 24, and it will not hit. And as this Eldritch Blast is coming in, Johnny's resolve is steeled, and he claps his hands, and Akios is brought into the dream of himself in his grave, and Johnny closes the casket, hammering the final nail into the coffin, and as he awakens, his Eldritch Blast pitters out into nothing.
Alrighty. And at the end of his turn, it is now Lysel's turn.
So I need to clarify something about using souls to add damage to die. It doesn't say in the description what kind of damage it adds. Does that mean that I get to choose?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we are going to move up all the way up to his face. And Lysol is going to let loose a flurry of blows, with every single one of them hitting, including the first one being a critical, for a total of 74 points of damage.
Alright, 1 second. My headset just died. I heard that last bit, but I gotta re-plug it in because I accidentally unplugged it. Alright.
Make sure your voice is still being heard after you plug that back in.
Yep, checking right now. Yeah, it is. Alright.
Cool.
You said all of your attacks hit with the first one being a critical?
Yep, for a total of 74 points of damage.
Alrighty. Alright. Cool. Ouch. Anything else for your turn?
No, that is it for my turn. All of my actions and whatnot.
Alright, Xander, it is your turn.
Two beams of Eldritch Blast coming at you live. First one is a 14 to hit.
14 will not hit.
Oh, second one is a natural 20. Okay, so a couple things happen here. First of all, is he like hovering in the air or anything like that? Because it kind of looks like he is.
Yeah. He's not like flying, like he still is in like a 5-foot space, but he is not touching the ground.
Okay, Crusher, I'm gonna move him 5 feet towards me. Second of all, until the start of my next turn, all attacks against him have advantage.
Thank God somebody else has it.
Third of all, he's going to take, let me see, 4, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19 points of damage between magical force and bludgeoning.
Alright, anything else for your turn?
Where the fuck am I? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna move up. Is there anything else I can do? I don't really think so. I mean, there are things, but like not useful things. You know what? I'm gonna go prone. That'll be the end of my turn.
Alright. As a legendary action, Akios is going to summon minions.
Off.
He can still do that. Oh god. Not if the minions don't want to behave and don't want to get on the fucking map.
In response, I'm going to use my reaction to cast the 5th level spell, Summon Juggalos. 8 Juggalos are going to appear with rusty axes.
Holy shit.
Whoop.
In response, Akios counters with magnets. And they don't know how they fucking...
Shit, I don't know how those fucking work.
Okay.
Let's see, if I had known he was about to summon minions, I wouldn't have gone prone. This is suddenly very bad.
Ain't that just the way?
Quick, get him! Get his ass!
Alright.
It would have been such a Giga Chad move if Chas would have spawned all of those within 5 feet of Xander. Mm-hmm. I would have been like, I respect it, and they just fucking rip me to shreds.
Bye, Xander.
Yeah, no, for real.
2 of those hit, you're dead.
Alright, it is Lycophos's turn. Gonna move up a little bit. Going to attack the shadow. The first one will hit, the second one will miss. Which one was that? That one? Okay. Where? There it is. 4. Alright. Shit. Alright. That'll be the end of Lycophos's turn. Top of the round, Emiko.
Can I actually get to him? I counted, I thought it was 50, but I wasn't totally sure.
I think you can.
I'm counting 10 if she goes right in front of Lysel. Yes, right there.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go for the attack.
At advantage.
Yep, I know. For a 21 and a 21 to hit.
Those both hit?
Okay, it's going to be 13 and another 13 damage. Key points to flurry of blows. Natural 20 and 18.
Alright, let's go.
It's going to be 15 damage and then 14 damage.
14. Alright, he is starting to look very injured, as much as a spectral-ish man can.
And that'll be it for my turn.
Alright. Johnny, it is your turn.
Yeah, Johnny, truly pushing himself past his limits, reignites his hand once again. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So he is going to take another 26 fire damage from Johnny's final scorching ray.
Alright, 26 damage is noted. And also, Johnny, tell me how Akios the Nightmare dies.
Well, he is a nightmare. So, as Johnny rouses his final bit of strength, the scorching ray knocks him back, and he hits his head, falling unconscious. And as Akios is struck by the ray, he too falls. And they find themselves in a dark and spooky manner. It is stark quiet in comparison to the noise of the battlefield. And Johnny stands there, his clothes much finer, perusing the many dreams which he has consumed, each one a room within this great manor. His own dream. And as he turns one over in his hand, you will look to Akios. So much suffering, so much death, all for the sake of your consumption. What say you in your justification?
At first he'll be very confused, and he'll actually at first ignore your question and start staring at his hands. As if he has not, he's looking at them like he has not seen them in some time. And he will say, the very world that tried to destroy me almost destroyed itself as a response.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I am a Kyrian from the Manubrium. That is where I find my home. And it's been centuries now, but I was forcibly removed from such a home, and I was able to destroy those that would dare hurt me, though I know not what their purpose. But the injuries I sustained in such a battle for my own freedom rendered me to die alone in the wilds of the Aether Spine. And the anger and the hatred I had for all living things. I don't believe my lack of memories are because they were not important. I believe the years and years of being rendered unliving, but living at the same time, caused me to forget. But my final moments, all I could think of is how much I wanted those who would remove someone from their home and anyone like them to die. And anyone they know, anyone they pass by in the street. The only thing I...
A great evil came upon you, and for that you are not at fault. But in response, you internalized that evil. You became desperate, wanting, and you harmed innocents in your pursuit of revenge.
This is not something that I regret. I do not need your pity. The anger that consumed me was anger I only felt for a short time before I succumbed to my own wounds.
Johnny seems weirdly at peace with this. Thank you, Akios, for asserting my worldview and for being consumed. Now, he holds out his hand. Let us not delay any longer. Give me your dream.
Yeah, and he doesn't take your hand. Instead, the tip of his horn glows very brightly and encompasses both of you in this very, very blinding light. And then you feel in that moment all of the, or you sense it, I guess, you feed on it, all of the anger, all of the hatred. The feeling of it is tangible. It almost feels like you're being hit by a very strong gust of wind. And you actually find those memories that Akios could not access. He effectively was the consequence, the collateral of someone else's revenge. The Manubrium is a very dark and very scary and very horrifying place, and those who live there are probably just as horrific as the area that surrounds them. And effectively, someone of his, I guess the best way I would call it is a herd, because Kyrians live in like semi-nomadic groups. A individual of his herd murdered somebody in the Aether Spine, and thus individuals whose faces you can't even make out in the vision came and basically, you know, did the same thing that Akios was doing to the entirety of the Aether Spine, but to this tiny group of people it was, you know, you killed one of us, so we're going to kill all of you. eye for your entire head kind of deal. And Akios, who obviously at that point in his life had nothing to do with what someone else did, was dragged out of his home, and they were going to, fuck you and fuck your family and everything you did, you get to die too. And he managed to use his very good and crafty magic to get away, but eventually succumbed to the multiple arrow wounds, multiple knife wounds, multiple magic, strikes at him. And he, as he said to you, and you're all seeing this as if you were living it yourself, as you consume his dreams, and he died in the middle of the Aether Spine, just alone, and his rotting corpse sprouted into that tree you saw when you came in. And you actually see at some point, a baby, Lycophos. I wouldn't say a baby, like a toddler, roaming through the woods, tripping on shit, just being a baby. And you see him, nearly fall over, and a darkened, corrupted root comes out of the ground and, catches him, and, holds him steady. And because he's a little baby, he, giggles and then keeps, waddling around. And you see, several stages of his life. You see him as, a kid, 7 or 8 years old. You see him as, a teenager, doing stupid shit. And then you see him as he is now looking at Akios' tree form, severely pained, trying to use magic on it to, get him to a better state, get him to pass on, and nothing. And you see multiple different, points of views of the Aether Spine, and them being destroyed, and roots coming out of the ground, and creatures that are normally not aggressive, being more aggressive towards random people, or creatures that are aggressive being even more aggressive and seeking out people to destroy, and this destruction bringing a sense of happiness and vindication. And then slowly the vision comes to seeing the Silver Lining walking down that long walkway. And that feeling of vindication growing ever stronger. And then the dream fades. And
as the
dead.
dream fades, Johnny finally consumes it without remorse, without pity, with satisfaction. And he glances up at the corpse of Akios. He is gone from this world. Akios, the nightmare, is no more.
Yeah, and after he, is dead and the, thing with Johnny concludes, Lysel, you see at the, tip of your weapon, a, purple little orb appears and then traverses up your weapon, and a shimmering purple, kind of flows under your skin.
I think Lysol kind of shudders before starting to walk towards the general central point where everybody can kind of meet up.
Johnny's gonna go rifle through this dude's pockets.
Did he have pockets? I thought he was spectral.
Yeah.
Johnny's gonna go rifle through this dude's spectral pockets. By that he means his asshole.
No.
No.
That's what we call it. Why is everyone acting surprised?
What we've always called it.
There is a few things. There is, for one, just it's less on his pockets and more of stuff that was because his physical form is actually now gone the moment his soul left, and what's on the ground now is just a bunch of things that were kind of just levitating with him. You could never, like, see them fully. And they just kind of, like, rest on the ground very gently. There is 120 gold pieces, kind of in, like, a little purse, that has, like, an L, embroidered into it. You can assume that stands for Lycophos. There is his horn, his literal horn, that is actually, has, like, carvings into it that form a hand grip. There's a shimmering blue stone, and, there is, like, this weird kind of, like, shifting piece of bark that kind of looks like a, I don't want to say a neck brace, but, like, neck brace in, like, the armor kind of way, not the broken neck kind of way. I don't know what that's called. But it's kind of, like, weirdly moving. And then there is... Sorry, I keep getting notifications on my phone as I'm trying to fucking read this shit. Like, go away. Stop fucking sending me shit. And then there is another item that looks kind of like a wand. And that is it.
Yeah, Johnny will take all these to identify them later, and we'll it's going to take some of the bark from one of the roots too, and he will throw it into his dream catcher, and then he is going to join the party.
Yeah, and Lycophos joins you all as well. And he hasn't really said anything. He's kind of just, like, looking down at the ground as if deep in thought.
Sorry, we killed your dad.
I'm sure he's doing a lot better now.
I'll make sure of it.
Xander's going to place a hand on Lycophos' shoulder, kind of give him a reassuring nod and say, "You did well."
I think I'll be staying here.
Understandable.
Please, anything you retrieve from him, just keep it. I thank you for everything that you've done. This needed to happen. Of
course.
I've never seen his true form before, how he was when he was alive. It, almost made me choke up, I won't lie. But...
that you could see it before he passed. Should there ever be any new Akioses in the Aether Spine, any greater evils, just know that there is always a silver lining.
Yeah, he, like, chuckles a little bit, and he says, farewell, silver lining. You should be able to, now that you've been to the city and have done all this, you should be able to make it back just fine.
Is he sitting down?
He's not sitting, he's standing. He was kind of, like, kneeling on, like, laying on the ground on his knees for a second, like you do when you see something terrible and you just kind of fall to your knees like, fuck! He was like that for a second. But he stood up to rejoin you.
I forgot my own character's name. Jay is going to walk over to him. And he is going to pull out
his dick.
No.
Right here? No, of course not.
Oh, yeah. Look at it.
Alright, never mind. I thought I had something cool to give him. I don't have anything cool to give him. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm still doing something here.
Well, not your dick.
Not my dick. Mostly because I can't detach it and I don't want to give him that. I feel like it'd be a very poor taste present to tell him to go eat a dick. He's gonna put a hand on Lycophos' shoulder, and he's going to say,
Now, I don't know about you, but where I come from, we celebrate a victory among friends. And I can't think of a single father that would want his own son crying over his grave. So if you don't mind, I would be more than happy if you would guide us back. But instead of ending our trip once we get to the city, you then guide us to a nice place where we can rest, relax, and celebrate.
Gelwood, make me a persuasion check.
Can I give advantage on this and guidance?
I don't know that you need to. I rolled a 25.
Yeah, at first you can tell that Lycophos, like, you see he has bags under his eyes, and his eyes are, like, glazed over like he's gonna cry, but hasn't quite allowed himself to yet. His hair is a little disheveled. He just looks a little bit, like, upset. And he kind of, like, smiles and sighs and says, yeah, I think you're right. I'll go back with you. We can celebrate, and I can celebrate and mourn at the same time.
Besides, you know how to come back to this place. If for any reason you ever need to mourn or visit dear old dad, you can always come back. But now is not the time to be wandering around a recent battlefield.
Xander's going to look at Lycophos and ask, do you know if your father had any favorite flowers or anything?
I don't right now. I didn't know anything personally about him, I won't lie to you. Everything I knew was feelings, instincts that he relayed to me via him being my patron. I could just sense what he felt and sense what he thought. Sense his anger, and he did raise me. I don't know what happened to my parents. He could have killed them even. I just know that I was wandering lost, and he gave me a sense of consistency.
As we're heading out, DM, I would like to, Xander's going to toss some sunflower seeds into the soil where the tree was, and I would like to cast Druidcraft to have them start growing.
Yeah, and he, like, nods and he goes, thank you. And, Lycophos will lead you all back, and it's, takes about an hour, and you go through, like, multiple shifts.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Before we go, yeah, did these shadows leave anything behind? Some goop?
They left, like, ectoplasmic-esque webbing, like, shadow, yucky.
Great. Johnny collects it, and we'll throw some into the Dreamcatcher. How much do we get overall?
He would have gotten 10 units of it.
10 units, so 9 units to sell. Or turn into potions. Great. Yeah, we go.
Yeah, and again, it only takes you about, like, maybe an hour. And you notice in some of the areas you go through that any fissures that existed, it almost feels like you are purposefully somehow passing by them and you see them closing in on themselves, the roots actually becoming healthy. So some of them don't close, but they are no longer dangerous and producing that smoke that made people sick. And you see that, things have calmed. And when you finally make it back to the city of Verdanthus, when you walk inside the city gate, you see that, everyone has kind of had the time to figure out, because if there's any guards out, the fissures have been closing, and also, all of the people that were sick, and you hear this almost immediately because Ambrose runs up to you and he tells you that, all the people that were sick are no longer sick. They had, everyone that was sick that didn't die, which was a very minuscule amount. The only people that really died were anyone that, kind of went out there and mostly got killed by monsters rather than sickness. But, everyone that was sick, that was in the hospital that you all met had survived, and, everyone immediately starts to celebrate. And the people of Verdanthus start chanting your group's name, the Silver Lining. Sometimes they're saying it in Sylvan instead of Common. So, for anyone who speaks Sylvan, you hear them saying it in their native tongue.
Hey, I speak that.
I also speak that.
Same.
Go figure.
Johnny identifies the items.
Yeah. And real quick, before we go, I will tell you what they do. Let me go back to my notes. Wand of the Nightmare. A wand carved out of the horn of Akios. Being attuned to this item increases your choice of wisdom or charisma by 1. Once per day each, you can cast the spells Arms of Hadar, Armor of Agathis, and Spider Climb. You also get a Waterstone, which is a item that can let you add magical bludgeoning damage to any weapon.
Whoa.
I know I'm not the intended recipient here, but that horn, man, Armor of Agathis, I fucking loved that shit last campaign.
The +1 to wisdom would be cool.
Yeah, really, Johnny's fingering that, but we'll see.
And then there's also just a regular ass wand of magic missiles.
Yeah.
And bark armor. This armor takes any shape you wish, but will always look like it is made out of black bark. Cannot be worn if you're already wearing armor, but if you attune to it, you get a +2 to AC.
Ooh.
That could be good for
So it's basically
J
a +2.
or...
So it's basically a +2 set of any armor you want.
Yes.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's just, it adds +2 to your AC, and you wear it, and it kind of looks like armor. You can't wear it if you're already wearing armor, and it just gives you a +2 to AC.
Oh,
Yeah, Johnny will take the...
Oh, it's bracers of armor.
Basically.
Take the wand.
Wait, bracers are not a full set of armor?
Yeah, I mean...
So is it only ever a +2, or is it whatever the armor you select is, and then +2?
It's not real armor. It's an item that gives you +2 to AC.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work if you have armor.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So it doesn't count as armor, so I'm taking it.
It's reskinned bracers of defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
go ahead.
probably someone that doesn't already wear armor, so our druid or...
You were the only person that doesn't wear armor?
Actually, well, no, AC increases super linearly, so it would be better to give this to somebody who has, a decently high AC. So, Jay, what's your AC?
My AC is a 21, but I wear armor, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, Lysel, your AC?
I wear armor.
Okay.
The only
Emiko, it's all yours.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're seeing the issue.
Okay.
What's your AC, Emiko?
When warding bond is not up, it's 18.
Okay, you're actually the best recipient for it then.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, then who wants the... Okay, I think the wand of magic missiles should go to someone who doesn't have innate range capabilities, like Lysel.
Lysel's pretty fast. I got Misty Step. Like, I can take it if nobody else wants it, but...
Like Jay.
I have
I mean-
guiding bolts, and I have +1 javelins.
I mean, the thing about
One
the wand is it doesn't require attunement, so I don't.
Great.
think-
Johnny will hold on to it until someone says they want it.
I can't cast magic missile. Like, it's not on my spell list, so does that matter
You
for the
can.
wand?
It doesn't matter. It's from the wand.
Okay.
Um,
And if it
What-
was that way,
okay.
it wouldn't be that way because I think that's dumb.
one thing that I do,
And-
by the way, before we end the adventuring day, Xander's gonna pull Lycophos aside as we're all like doing the celebration thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna have a drink ready for both of them. And just kind of be sitting with him, and he's gonna say, I know what it's like to lose one of your parents. I was a bit older when I lost my father. It was not easy. He raised me for the first half decade of my life. But nothing ever really makes that void go away, but it gets easier over time. And just wanted you to know, one warlock to another. I get it. And for the time that we're in the Aether Spine, I'm here for you, and if you ever make your way to the material plane, you can... It probably wouldn't be too difficult to find me.
Yeah, he nods and he says, "Were you there when it happened?"
Yes, I watched him get slain by bandits. Was not pretty.
Yeah, he like nods, and he says, I don't know what happened to my original parents. I assume something terrible. But it just feels weird that knowing that anyone who has attempted to raise me is gone. And, whatever it is, I think the thing that makes me feel terrible the most is that I helped him. But I didn't help him because I wanted people to die. I helped him hoping that I would find a way to stop him. And I didn't.
For what it's worth, I think you did a very noble thing. Might not have worked out, but we can't always know what's going to happen in the future. We just have to act with the information that we have now. And with that in mind, you did well. And loss doesn't make you stronger, you make yourself stronger. But given the circumstances, I think you turned out very well. And I think whatever part of him remained that was still good, I think he was proud of you.
Yeah. Lycophos nods and he says, maybe I will, at some point venture out. I don't really have much of a home here in the Aether Spine anymore. I definitely don't feel safe having one in Verdanthus. I don't think I could look anyone in the eye, but we are not here, and he, like, slams his hand on the table, not, like, aggressively, but just, like, slaps it, and goes, we are not here to listen to me wallow. This is a celebration after all. You all did amazing. And he'll, like, hold up his drink, like, cheers?
Yeah, and Xander will definitely toast to that. And after they both take a sip, Xander will look at him, kind of a sly expression, and say, I know you've been through a lot, but you can always swing by my room later if you want to take some of the edge off. And then Xander's going to get up and walk away.
Yeah, at first he goes to, like, respond because he was, like, staring into his cup for a second, and then he, like, lifts his head and goes, wait, what? And then, like, you're not there anymore, and he goes... He, like, makes the kind of, like, not bad face, and then grins and, like, stands up and goes, like, to go get more alcohol. And, with that, we will continue a little bit of the party hardy, next time.